Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye Women's Basketball is on the air. Presented by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, delivering the funds the university needs to drive academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Visit uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Also brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Alliant Energy. See how Alliant Energy is building a strong, resilient energy future today and for generations to come. Learn more at alliantenergy.com/poweringBeyond. Explore Minnesota. Discover the star of the North. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. This is the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative pregame show, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Here's Rob Brooks and former Hawkeye Catherine Reynolds.
Well, time to take a break from the snowblower and the shovels, and time for a little Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball on a Sunday morning. Welcome courtside to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Rob Brooks along with Catherine Reynolds. And today the Hawkeyes probably face the toughest opponent they have inside this arena this season. And that is the 4-1 Stags of Fairfield. The Hawkeyes, of course, 7-0, ranked 11th in the country, coming off a victory against Western Illinois at 86-69. And likewise for Fairfield, no problem with New Haven at 79-60. The lone loss for the Stags so far was to North Carolina at 82-68. And this is a team that can shoot the basketball. One of the tops in the country at the free throw line and from behind the arc. The Stags enter the game as the nation's leader in free throw percentage with a 86.2 percentage, and also ranks second in the nation with 11.4 made three-pointers per game, which is only behind Oklahoma State, who averages 12.7. So the Hawkeyes are looking for an advantage. We'll have to go to the paint. That where it will take place with Ava Hayden, of course, last week's Big Ten Women's Basketball Player of the Week, averaging 15.7 and 9 rebounds a game. But the Hawkeyes, who had a little bit of a turnover issue against Western Illinois, 22 assists, 21 turnovers. Jan Jensen will want to see that number cut in half today. And, of course, Fairfield, the key will be to get out on those three-point shooters. It's not one or two. They had 7 different players knocked down to 3 last game out against New Haven. Fairfield was supposed to get to the state of Iowa yesterday around noon, just a couple hours late, so this game will go on as scheduled. Not an easy travel day, obviously, to come from the state of Connecticut to eastern Iowa. Got a jam-packed pregame show for you. Of course, we'll have our pregame chat with Jan Jensen in just a little bit, but Catherine was able to sit down with Fairfield head coach Carly Thibault-Dudanis, and she's done an outstanding job there in her 4th season, has taken Fairfield to the NCAA tournament the previous 2 years with marks of 31-2 and 28-5. So that gives you an indication about how difficult and competitive this game could be this afternoon. The Hawks and the Stags with a noon tip. We'll be back with more on the pregame show after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hi, Hawk fans. Coach Kirk Ferentz here. For 40 years, our players have proudly worn the ANF logo to honor the hardworking farmers who keep this country growing. With fewer farmers working the land, their challenges are bigger, but their commitment never wavers. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Iowa Farm Bureau are proud to stand with these dedicated families who feed and fuel our nation. Thanks for celebrating 40 years of America Needs Farmers. Let's keep standing strong for the people who keep us going strong. To learn more, visit americaneedsfarmers.org.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Coach Carly, welcome to Iowa City, or welcome back. I know you spent some time here when you were with the Minnesota Gophers in the Big Ten, but just tell us about your Fairfield season so far.
Yeah, we're excited about where we're at. We know we still have growth in this team, but we've challenged ourselves in the non-conference intentionally. Started with a big win at Villanova and Lehigh at home, at USF out in Vegas, and then a tough loss to North Carolina. We go into those games expecting to win every game that we're in, and we know we have to really kind of challenge and see some adversity in the non-conference so that we're prepared as the season goes along.
And talk about your style of play with your team. You have great size, and you have this position you call the road runner, as I was reading in the game notes. So just talk about how you guys like to play.
Yeah, we play a 5 out. We play with a lot of space on the floor. We know that our ticket to be able to compete in games like this is to pull out other people's bigs, have a lot of shooters on the floor, have a lot of ball movement. That's our best ticket to be able to compete and win NCAA tournament games going forward. And so we intentionally recruited non-traditional bigs that can be versatile, can be mobile, can guard multiple positions, can run, can kind of create a mismatch for some bigger posts. So we hope that can come to some fruition today. But the thing I love the most about our team is that they share the ball.
Certainly they do, and just on kind of an individual basis, tons of preseason accolades, pretty much your entire starting lineup. So could you talk a little bit more about some of those individuals? Yeah, so it's been really fun to see the growth. The nice thing about our roster is that we've been able to keep our group together in a world of a lot of transfer and change. This core group has been together 3 and 4 years. So somebody like a Katie and a Meg, who are now juniors that we've had since freshman year, has been really fun to see their growth and evolution. Like Katie being a really efficient scoring point guard, Meg continuing to grow her offensive efficiency and her defensive ability. And then Nelly, someone that we were without most of the year last year with an ACL. So I would say over the last game or two, she started to look like herself again. And so those three are really a three-headed monster as far as you have to kind of pick your poison of where you're helping. But we've got the beauty of our team is we've got depth, and I know Iowa leans on that as well. But we have we can go 10, 11 deep when we're healthy, and this will probably be the most healthy we've been all year so far. Awesome. Well, thanks. Good luck for the time. Good luck today. Thank you so much.
Pregame comments from Carly Thibault Dudanis as the head coach of the Fairfield Stags, which is a male deer. And they play out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. And as she mentioned, they have a terrific opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament for the 3rd straight year and challenge themselves in the non-conference. And that will continue today, the first meeting ever between the Hawkeyes and the Stags. Jan Jensen on deck. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quickstar keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a delicious bakery treat, or our take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. And while you're fueling up with Quickstar's fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. We're all about saving you time, money, and making your life easy. Quickstar's here for you whenever you need us.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, AFLOS, and Community Choice Credit Union. In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. AFLOS offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aflos.health. Hey Hawkeye fans, there's a new MVP at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Carol's Corn, Iowa's favorite gourmet popcorn, is now popping fresh for every men's and women's basketball game. From our delicious triple mix to golden caramel and bold cheese. Every bite is handcrafted right here in the Midwest. Popped fresh, local, and made with you in mind. So grab your bag, cheer loud, and taste the flavor of Hawkeye pride. Carol's Corn. Grab yours and enjoy the game inside Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Carol's Corn. We pop every kernel with you in mind.
It's time for our Shootaround with Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen, presented by Oak Knoll. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City, a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Here's Rob Brooks and Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena as Iowa gets set to take on Fairfield. Welcome to the pregame show with head coach Jan Jensen. And Jan, you've had a few hours off, and then obviously you're right back into it. What did you learn from the tape against the Leathernecks last time out?
Yeah, I thought we weren't quite as sharp in our movements, offensive, but especially defensively. I just thought we were a little bit sluggish. I don't know if that was just a carryover from, the intense trip, down to Florida. But, we did what we needed to do. But I felt like from that film and what we challenged them with in practice, because we had practice on Thursday morning before they got off for Friday, they really answered the bell. I loved our energy. They were much more attentive to detail, and they came back yesterday and had a really nice practice. So hopefully that'll be good signs of, for today and moving ahead.
And that's got to be somewhat comforting for a coach as well, that you don't have to be at your very best to be able to win comfortably.
Yeah, I think that was the really how I felt on when we beat Western. I think everything was fine. I just thought we were sloppy and holding on to the ball. That our decisions we made, they just were a lot of needless, just a lot of self-inflicted turnovers. And we can't have that today. Certainly we can't have that, moving forward as we're, just on the verge of getting into the Big Ten Conference. But we have, 3 or 4 big-time games before that, including this one. So I've been working a little bit more on the passing. I paid much more attention to detail on that on Thursday and yesterday. So hopefully we'll definitely see some improvement there. We need to. If you don't, it puts a lot of pressure on your shooting percentage and your defense. You have to overcome, giving them the ball right back.
Well, and you've had to do too much mixing and matching so far this year with injuries and illness, and today looked the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be without Chat. She just, we just want to be safer than sorry. You have your protocols that need to be followed, and she's just about 8-9 days out from the initial injury. So I was hopeful today. I think Chit Chat was hopeful for today, but it's not going to happen today. But she has, gotten some reps in practice, so that's at least positive. And we won't have Emily and we won't have Tegan. So we got, a little banged up here or there with some other kids that I hope are going to be able to play that have been sitting out of practice. So fingers crossed that who we do have is going to be ready to go.
And Addie Deal taking advantage of some extra minutes and had maybe her best game of the year.
Yeah, she did. I was really happy to see that. Hopefully she gained some confidence. Now the key is we got to stack it. But remember, freshmen, it's ebb and flow. You go forward, you go a little back, you're learning and growing. But I think that was just such a great step for her that she knows that what it feels like now.
Back with more from Coach Jensen after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
The year-end clearance sale is going on now at your local Honda dealer. Honda cars, SUVs, and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Save thousands on the new Honda today with 0.99% financing. 2025 Accords, Pilots, and Ridgelines are on clearance. Plus, see big savings on the full Honda line, like financing as low as 0.99% APR on the new 2025 Ridgeline. Don't miss Happy Honda Days. Search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval offer ends 1/5/26.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
It's time for our Shootaround with Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen, presented by Oak Knoll. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City, a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Here's Rob Brooks and Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen.
You got to win differently, or you face. If on a screen away, someone curls really hard, the other one pops, but it can be different any time. And then they can follow that up with a flare screen. So if you're not communicating, you can get mixed up really quickly. And before you know it, a really good shooter has a look at a really wide open three. So we're definitely going to have to be on it because they don't need much space to get a three off.
Couple keys for the Hawks today.
Well, I think our bigs have got to help defend. That's not not used to that. The Western Illinois, the Drakes, Northern Iowas, they don't have a true big. Neither does this one. We need to know personnel. There's one or two here or there you can sag off of when they're in the game. It doesn't happen often, but when that does happen, we need to be in the paint, jamming up all those curls and back cuts that can get really open looks because you get two people double teaming on a 3-point shooter. So we need to handle that. And then we need to counter with what they don't have. They don't have size. So we need to make sure that we get the ball inside. I suspect they'll front. I suspect they'll double. So we're going to need to have to handle that and make the right reads.
Well, let's end November the right way.
That's exactly right.
Jan Jensen on the pregame show. Back with more from Carver Hawkeye after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
The Hawkeyes and Fairfield. Outstanding non-conference matchup. Of course, Hawkeyes out of the Big Ten and Fairfield out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Time for our keys to the game, as Catherine will have them. Keys to a Hawkeye victory, sponsored by Explore Minnesota. Score a lifetime of memories by planning your star of the North Getaway at Explore Minnesota. Order your travel guide today at exploreminnesota.com. What's key for the Hawks?
Well, we've got a couple of them here tonight, Rob, but first one is three-point defense. Fairfield is second in the country in three-point field goals made per game, so that's having high hands, good closeouts on all 5 players on the court for Fairfield, both in the half-court and full-court defense. Secondly, rebounding. Iowa has an advantage here. It's actually one of few stats where if you look at the team-by-team comparison, Iowa on the season is, compared to Fairfield, a plus 13 rebounding team. So I think that's key to control the boards today. And then lastly, it's feeding the post. Have Iden, Hannah Stolke, Layla Hayes were plus 10 in paint points on the year, and keep that rolling today.
Should be a good one. Iowa and Fairfield, the starting lineups and the tip next. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Ever wonder where to find the best cinnamon rolls in Iowa? The Eat Shop's recipe has been passed down for nearly 100 years. From Great Aunt Mary Ann's 1930s restaurant to our ovens today. This holiday season, share a taste of Iowa tradition. Our famous cinnamon rolls, sticky pecan rolls, and small batch kolaches baked fresh every morning. Pre-order your holiday pies and pastries now at theeatshop.com or visit us in Solon, Uptown Marion, or at the University of Iowa campus cafes. Worth every bite. Hawkeye fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, Big Ten Rentals, and Tomlinson Cannon. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, contact the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty for all your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Fairfield starting lineup being introduced and brought to you by Melrose Meadows. Tired of cooking, cleaning, or just being alone? Check out Melrose Meadows, voted Iowa City's best retirement community, with underground parking, a heated pool, and endless opportunities to stay fit and social. To learn more, visit melrosemeadows.com. Fairfield, who has started 8 different players so far this year. Janelle Brown, a 5'6" graduate student, averaging 9.8 points a contest. Katie Lamro, a 5'6" junior, averaging 18.6, transfer from Maine, will be joined by Megan Anderson, a 6'1" junior, averaging 20 a contest, and she can really shoot it. Milo Von Vliet, averaging 4.8, a 6-foot freshman, and she'll be joined by a 6-foot sophomore, Cyan Coe, averaging 5.2 and 5.5 rebounds a game. Of course, the Hawkeyes, as has been the case several games this year, a little bit short-handed, as you heard Coach Jensen say, no chit-chat right again. Remember, she was injured during the Baylor game and still going through the concussion protocol. Is practicing a little bit, so hopefully sooner rather than later for the Hawkeyes starting point guard. Also, no Emily Rodriguez, still out. Second contest, did not play against Western Illinois last Wednesday. And also Tegan Mullaney, who had her tonsils out just about a week ago, is in sweats and will not play this afternoon. Hawkeyes at 7-0. We'll start Kylie Feuerbach. Hannah Stalkey averaging 12.4 and 8.4. Hannah's dealt with some nagging injuries this year as well. Ava Hayden in the middle, reigning Big Ten Basketball Player of the Week, averaging 15.9 and 9 boards a contest. And in the backcourt, the sharpshooter Taylor McCabe, averaging 8.7. She is 19 of 47, 40% from three so far this year, coming off 5 of 10 from deep against the Leathernecks. And on the point, it'll be Taylor Stremlow, who had 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists against Western Illinois, averaging 6.9, and will get her 3rd start. And Catherine, that's been an important component here. Addie Deal will be in the game quickly, coming off of her season high, career high of 17. Continue to develop that point guard position.
Exactly, and you're never excited to have someone injured, but what you are excited about is to have players getting more and more reps and more experience. And you know, I can tell you, Coach Jensen is grateful that Stremlow now is in her 3rd start at that point guard position, coming against an opponent like Fairfield, who is a no-joke team out of the MAAC. They went to the NCAA tournament last year. They returned nearly everybody from that team that had all that success last season. So definitely to have Taylor Stremlow gaining the confidence in the last 2 starts at point guard, and then, like you say, Addie Deal having her best game in her young Iowa career against Western Illinois earlier this week, definitely a confidence booster coming into today.
Before we get started, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball. The Fairfield Stags in the black road uniforms, trimmed in red and white. Fairfield in block lettering across the front, and the white numbers trimmed in red. The Hawkeyes in their traditional home white uniforms. Block Iowa across the front, and the black numbers. Fairfield at 4-1, coming off a victory against New Haven. It's won that contest 79-60, and won at Villanova 75-63, and defeated South Florida right before the loss to North Carolina at 82-72. Gave North Carolina a really good contest at 82-67. Shoot three-pointers at 36.8%, and against New Haven, shot 31 of them and knocked down 14. 7 different players made a three in that contest for Fairfield. Balanced attack with 2 players that have really got off to a good start in Katie Lambro and also Megan Anderson, both juniors.
Are you ready for Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball? It's showtime! Let's hear you!
Coe will step in for Fairfield, Hayden for the Hawkeyes. Pretty good crowd on a Sunday noon tip. Not the easiest travel day, but much better than yesterday.
Yeah, grateful this game was today rather than yesterday. We got 7 inches of snow or something like that.
Just kept coming down.
It didn't stop for like 14 hours, but it is beautiful to look at now. Just glad people got here safely, and never a doubt with the Hawkeye faithful.
Hayden and Coe, ball in the air as Hayden wins the tap, and Stremlo got a hand on it and then went to the floor to gain possession, and the Hawkeyes start the basket to our right with the ball. Go to Stalky, back out to McCabe for 3. There it is from the right wing.
Why not? Going 5 for 10 earlier this week against Western Illinois, picking up right where she left off.
And there's that inside-outside action that frees her up.
So key to get the ball inside, get the defense moving.
Here's Coe, 17 feet away, puts it on the floor, gets into the paint, kicks it back out to Brown. Head and shoulders fake down the right side, spins, paint, shot, no. Missed it short, curled off the right side of the iron into the hands of Ava Hayden. Fast break opportunity for the Hawkeyes. Feuerbach on the left wing. Drives the paint all the way in, lays it up and in off the window.
Great give and go action. We've seen that a lot with Kylie and Hannah throughout the years.
Here's Lamro. Gives it to Von Fleet. Now in the corner to Coe. And back to Von Fleet. Fires a 3 left of the top of the key. No good. But the offensive board goes to Coe. She's tied up. Ball will stay with the Stags.
I love this offensive start for Iowa. Very aggressive on the offensive end of the floor. Being kind of the one to punch first.
Coach Jensen pleased with the way the Hawkeyes have practiced. Leading into this game, 3-pointer Lamro. That's an air ball from the left corner. Stalky the board. Hawkeyes up 5-0 with the basketball. Stremlo. Left wing, 30 feet from the basket, and had the ball knocked away and out of bounds by Megan Anderson. Good pressure on the Hawkeye point guard.
Yeah, Megan Anderson at 6'1" has a lot of length, so she's disruptive to the point guard Taylor Stremlo.
Hawks will throw it in along the side. Get it into McCabe. Drop into Hayden. Shot no good. Curled off the left side. Rebound to Coe. Pushes it ahead to Lamro. Now right side Anderson puts it on the floor a couple of times. Finds Coe in the paint. Reverse it to Von Fleet. That's an air ball from deep in the left corner. She's 0 for 2, an outstanding shooter. Hawkeyes in the front court on top 5-0. McCabe, right wing. Gets it to high post area. Hayden drops it inside. Stalky, turnaround shot, no good. And the ball batted away and out of bounds by Ava Hayden. So the Hawkeyes have had good looks all 4 possessions.
Yeah, they have. In those last 2, Hayden and Stolke both from point blank range. But what you like to see is Hannah and Ava doing their work early. They're getting great seals down in the post.
Almost 2 minutes into the game. Hawks on top 5-0. Fairfield with the basketball. Von Fleet hands it off to Lamro. 3-pointer right wing, no. Another rebound for Hayden. Down court pass to Stalky in transition. Had to have her shot altered by the defense. No good as Lamro brings it into the front court. Here's Coe in the paint, 14 feet away. Gives it to Anderson, drives baseline. Scoop shot along. The left baseline is good, just outside the block, and Fairfield on the board. 5-2 Hawkeyes. Here's McCabe on the right wing, now in between the circles. It's Feuerbach, lost control of the ball, gets it back to Stremlow. She beats her defense, pops the 15-footer from the elbow, no, and the ball is loose and dug up by Lamro. Fairfield loves to push in transition, like to get that three. They move the ball around the arc. Anderson gets it back to Brown. Now Lamro, top of the key. Von Fleet, left to the top of the key. Anderson comes off a screen, knocks down the three-pointer, and we have a whistle. The shot did go in, and are we going to get a foul called? Two officials convert. Maybe they had a different look at it, and they'll get together, and the three-pointer is good. Stremlow with a push, trying to get through a screen.
Well, you're going to have to help me out here, Rob, how they are getting the ball back and the three is good.
It's going to be a foul on Stremlow. So the three-pointer is good, and ball possession for Fairfield. Herder into the game. Jillian Herder, transfer from Rutgers, and immediately knocks down a three-pointer from the left wing.
That's what Herder is out there to do. On this season, 26 of her 34 shots have been threes. She just wants to let it fly.
And Fairfield on an 8-0 run grabs the lead. Feuerbach for three, right side, no. And a rebound taken by Stalky on the left wing. And she is fouled. That's a reach on Herder. And a deep three off the inbounds by McCabe, no good. Just scraped off the left side of the iron, missed it from the left side. Fairfield with the rebound, and a three-point lead into the front court. Also into the game, Lauren Beach, who started the last game. Also Sydney Scott, a 5'8" senior transfer from Marshall. So Fairfield goes to the bench early. Here's Lamro on the right wing, brings it to the free throw line, drops a pass inside to beat, shot is blocked and dug up by Stalky. Push to Stremlow, drops a pass inside to Ava Hayden. Left-handed layup is good.
Great recognition by Taylor Stremlow that Iowa had numbers in transition, and what an acrobatic finish from Ava Hayden.
Caught it deep and just got it up off the glass in time. 8-7 in favor of Fairfield. Lead in the basketball. Herder gives it to Scott. Right side, Anderson holds the ball on the right wing. Now Scott fakes a three from the top of the key. Gets to the free throw line. Pushes it inside. Beach now back outside. Scott for three. Drills it from the top of the key.
Well, like you said, Rob, everyone in this lineup is capable of shooting it from distance, and that includes Sydney Scott, who just got into the game.
So 2 threes off the bench. And a whistle as the Hawkeyes got it to Stalky on the left side. Anderson picks up the foul, her first, team second.
Fairfield's a high IQ basketball team. You can just kind of tell by the way they play, their awareness of the shot clock, all those things. No surprise, I guess, Lauren Beach, who just had that assist, is already a registered nurse. Amazing.
Got a nice career in front of her when her basketball is finished, and a foul away from the ball.
Foul is on number 5, Megan Anderson. That's her second.
And that's her second.
Team third.
And that's the leading scorer for the Stags.
It was an incorrect announcement. That foul was actually on 15, Lauren Beach.
Okay, so Beach with one.
The foul is on number 15.
So they make that change. So Anderson with one. Beach with one. Hawkeye basketball down 11-7. Here's Deal into the game. Being pressured, gets it to McCabe. In between the circles. Now Feuerbach holds, puts it on the floor to the right wing, all the way to the basket. Shot is up and no good. Had a really good look, came off the front of the iron, and then Fairfield throws it away. Here's Deal on the right wing. Pushes a pass to McCabe, left side. Now Deal fakes a three, top of the key, and goes down the right side, and a charge is going to be called on Addie Deal. Got that left arm, extended that, contact, and her first personal foul.
Yeah, Lamro's a pesky defender, and Addie Deal was trying to get her off of her. A little too much elbow to the face of the undersized defender.
Well, the Hawkeyes, 1 of their last 8 from the floor, 4 of 5 for the Stags, as we are now at our first timeout with 4:49 left to go in the first. University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball this year, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. 4:49 left to go in the opening quarter. Fairfield 11, Iowa 7. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Fairfield.
Happy Honda Days are here. The best time to save on a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer. See big savings on all certified pre-owned Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Plus, you're Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine Honda parts. To save on a certified pre-owned Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hawkeyes open the ball game, scoring the first 5 points. Fairfield started to knock down some three-pointers after missing their first 3 from deep. And it is the Stags 11, Iowa 7. Fairfield basketball midway through the first quarter. Coe hands it off to Pham, who Fairfield considers their best scorer. Now Brown fakes from the left wing, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Pham. That's a 3, and she knocks that one down all net from the left wing.
What a quick release, too. That's how she got that thing up with Addie Deal's hands up.
38% three-point shooter. The Hawkeyes go inside. Hannah Stolke. The points, Hayden the assist. Brown at the other end knocks down a 3 from the left wing.
Well, this is exactly what the scout had written in, is that they shoot high volume threes and they make a lot of them too.
Hawks try to answer with a long range 2. Hayden no good off the back of the iron, and a whistle on the rebound. 17-9 Fairfield. Ellie Campbell, transfer from Penn State, had been injured, made her debut against New Haven for playing in her second game of the year. Journey Houston in for the Hawkeyes. 2 of 10. Hawkeyes from the field, they get it inside, and then Feuerbach dribbles into the paint, and the attempted steal results in a foul.
In women's basketball, three-pointers are kind of like the equivalent to dunks as far as the momentum shifter that they are. And this Fairfield team is like, yeah, we'll take a ton of threes and probably make quite a few of them, considering their percentage on the year is nearly 40% as a team. And they've had threes more than 2.
5 different players have knocked down a 3 so far. Hawkeyes in the bonus. Feuerbach misses the first free throw. Waiting for one of the Fairfield players to tie their shoe. That's Coe. Feuerbach's second is in and out and back in. Kylie with 3 pulls the Hawkeyes to within 7. Under 4 first quarter. Scott in the front court. Houston comes out on her 30 feet from the hoop. Drops it into Coe. She dribbles underneath the basket. Reverse layup is up and good against Stalky.
Good job of not fouling, that being said.
Co's first basket. 6 players have scored for Fairfield. Have a 9-point advantage. Houston on the right wing and throws it into the corner. Nobody home. And McCabe could not retrieve the basketball in time. Turnover gives it to the Stags. Stremlow for Feuerbach, a change for Iowa. So McCabe, Deal, Houston, Stremlow, and Hayden. Fairfield in the front court. Pham gives it to Brown. Now back to Pham, deep in the right corner. Hawkeyes collapse on her. Inside-outside game. Now Scott. Houston on her left wing. Top of the key is Brown. Looks inside, gets it inside, and the shot is tipped away. Got it to Anderson. Couldn't do anything with it. Hawkeyes in the front court. Houston inside. Back to Stremlow. 3 right wing. No good. Hayden goes after the rebound. Has it knocked out of her hands. And it will stay with the Hawkeyes. Stremlow, a really good look that time from the right wing.
It was. There was that in-out action that we've been talking about. And Journey Houston, great job, even as a freshman, catching it, looking to the opposite wing, just like they teach it.
Stremlow along the baseline. Drops it in, and a whistle. She was doing that, and a hold will be called on Pham. Well, Fairfield has done everything really well in the first quarter, except fouls. They're mounting.
They certainly are, and that's something that is playing the long game if you're Iowa. Continue to work the ball inside, draw fouls, but that's the thing, Rob, is we got to make free throws. You know, it's been an area for Iowa that has not been great this season, and that's a difference maker in close basketball games.
And McCabe gets the second one to go. Hit the right side of the rim and dropped in. So 1 out of 2 for Taylor McCabe. She has 4, and it's 19-11. Fairfield with the lead in the basketball. 2:40 left to go in the first quarter. Working it around the arc. Anderson fires a 3 and drops it in from the left wing right in front of the Iowa bench.
Just not enough pressure on these shooters. Megan Anderson is one of the best players in the country. She's the preseason player of the year in their conference.
And she already has 8. High-low action. Hayden finds Houston and lays it up with the right hand on the left side. Journey Houston with her first basket. 22-13 Fairfield. They have the lead in the basketball. Deep in the corner, wide open 3, Beach. That's an air ball into the hands of Stremlow. Zigzag dribble across the timeline. Deal on the right wing. Now back to Stremlow in the corner. And a late pass inside is deflected and stolen away by Megan Anderson. Anderson then has it taken away by Deal at midcourt. Wide open all the way in. Addie Deal scores off the window.
Addie playing with a different swagger than we've seen after her great performance last game. Love to see that steal, defense into offense.
That gets the crowd into it, and then a simple pass from the point to the right wing goes out of bounds. That's a Fairfield turnover. Hawkeye basketball, Hayes and Stalky for the Hawkeyes.
Fairfield starting to send all sorts of help side defense at the Iowa bigs, and that's how that last turnover happened. Stremlow just didn't see the help side defender coming over to jump the passing lane.
Little backcourt pressure by Lamro against Stremlow. Remember, no chit-chat right. Missing today's game as well. Here's Stremlow in between the circles. There's Stalky, drives down the right side of the lane. Acrobatic layup, no. And a charge is going to be called on Hannah Stalky, her first.
Well, that's just simply scouting. They know when Hannah catches it there, she wants to rip and go right. Megan Anderson, a veteran player, again, extremely talented. She got there, got her feet set, and took the charge.
1:22 left to go in the opening quarter. Fairfield on top, 22-15. Van Vliet in between the circles. Pulls up her dribble against Stalky. Now Herter. Has a brother, Kevin, played in the NBA for many years. In between the circles, Anderson working it around the arc. Here's Lamro, brings it in between the circles with 5 to shoot. We're under a minute. Tries to make a move against Feuerbach, and then a runner down the left side of the lane, no good. Hayes the rebound. Stremlow in the front court at the top of the key. Now drops it off for Hayes, right at the top of the key. Looks inside, gives it off to Feuerbach. Now Stremlow, free throw line extended right, gets it to Hayes, drops it to a cutting Hannah Stalkey missed the first. She was so wide open, got her own rebound, and laid it back up and in.
She was wide open because they sent a double team at Layla Hayes. Great pass from Layla, seeing her post buddy flash into the basket.
Really good recognition by Layla Hayes. 22-17. Fairfield will hold for one with the lead. Only 1 second the difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Lambro comes off the screen down the right side of the lane. Layup too strong off the window. Hawks with the rebound. Stalkey gets it to Stremlo. Desperation three off the side of the glass. No good to end the first quarter of play.
Well, a great little run there from Iowa to close the quarter. 6-0 run for Hawks to end it out, and that was good news considering the way things were trending.
And close that gap to 22-17. Here in Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. It feeds our livestock, nourishes our families, and provides homegrown, clean-burning, unleaded 88 for our vehicles. You can pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to learn more. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. We've played 10, Fairfield 22, Iowa 17, closed the quarter on a 6-0 run, the last 2:24. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quick Start keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Star's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Chef Jeff Grunder with a dinner tip you won't want to miss. The Machine Shed's Parmesan Crusted America's Cut. It's seriously amazing. We start with a juicy grilled pork loin and top it with a Parmesan crust made from real butter, roasted garlic, grated Parmesan, parsley, cracked peppercorns, and toasted breadcrumbs. We bake it to a golden brown and drizzle it with white wine sauce. It's a game changer. Trust me. Head to the Shed tonight.
I-80 in Hickman Road, Urbandale, and I-80 in Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Get set for second quarter action, 22-17, Fairfield on top. And thanks so much for joining us for Sunday afternoon basketball along the Hawkeye Radio Network, flagship stations, WHO Des Moines, WMT Cedar Rapids, the Varsity app, which is free, also the Iowa Hawkeye YouTube channel, and of course we're on Sirius XM Radio today too, channel 372, the Big Ten channel. Hawkeye basketball, Stremlo on the right wing, drops it off for McCabe, hands it to Stremlo. Makes a fake, comes off a screen, gets into the paint, and gathers and goes up, couldn't finish off the window, and it's dug up by Fairfield. They bring it into the front court. Scott in transition, three, left wing, no. Long rebound taken down by Fairfield. They'll get another opportunity. They kick it back out. Anderson, three, right at the top of the key, no. And a push is going to be called on the rebound. They'll get Kylie Feuerbach for her first.
That was about to be the move of the year from Taylor Stremlo down the other side. Behind the back move, kept her handle really tight in the lane and then just couldn't quite finish with her right hand on the left side.
Herder will throw it in along the baseline for the Stags, and a whistle fighting through a screen is going to be called on Hannah Stalkey right at the free throw line to try to get out to the shooter. And that's two on her at the 9:25 mark of the second quarter.
It's two on Hannah. It's the second time Iowa's just blown through a screen. So now you know that body of work shows they may flop on those screens. You just have to adjust accordingly.
Herder Same spot along the baseline, gets it to Anderson. Puts it on the floor on the right side. Hayes comes out on her. Scott reverses the ball to Coe. Left wing. Now back to Scott. Get it deep in the corner right side. Lamro for three. In and out. And Scott goes after the rebound along the baseline. Lost it out of bounds. Hawkeye basketball down 22-17.
Hawkeyes dodged a bullet on that possession. It was a defensive rotation and a scramble, which left Lamro wide open in the corner. So luckily that one didn't go down.
Hawkeyes shooting 41%, 44.4 for Fairfield. Here's Hayes at the elbow. Back to the basket. Hands it off to Stremlo. And a foul is going to be called on Hayes for a block. That seems to be a point of emphasis at both ends.
It is, and that's where I say that Fairfield's high IQ. It's that they know that Iowa sets lots of these screens. They know they're going to go hard through screens, and so far all three times it's been Katie Lamro with some, maybe a little bit of theatrics, but she's getting the whistle, so Iowa has to adjust.
Hawks down 5, Fairfield with the basketball. As Lamro makes a move into the paint, drops it into Coe. Now back outside. Here's Anderson, left wing, drives into the paint, scoop shot, no. Really good defense by Journey Houston. Hawkeyes should have numbers. Stremlo in the front court, drops it. A behind the back pass for McCabe, who drills the three from the right wing.
What an assist from Stremlo, but credit McCabe for communicating that she was trailing her on that play and then just knocking it down from the wing.
Yep, just dropped it right behind her and then driving in. A nice shot up and in by Lamro in traffic.
Good answer from Fairfield. It's the best way to quiet the crowd.
That's her first basket at 17 and 7 boards against New Haven. Along the baseline, Journey Houston got the basketball, wide open mid-range jumper, and knocked it down.
Seen some really good things from Journey Houston too, Rob. A couple games in a row.
Been very consistent off the bench. Anderson, three ball, top of the key, no. McCabe, the rebound. Hawks within 2 with the basketball. Here's McCabe on the left side, drops it inside. Houston spins and lays it up and in off the front of the iron. Minutes, terrific by Journey Houston.
I love it, and I love seeing how her teammates are responding to her success. I mean, she's getting all kinds of high fives and chest bumps coming over to the bench, and she just works and works, and like you said, so consistent, and it's paying off.
And timeout Fairfield, as Iowa has tied this up at 24. .46 left to go. The Hawkeyes have made 3 of their last 3 from the field to tie the game at 24. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
We're tied at 24. The Hawkeyes on a 7-2 run to start the second quarter. At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, combine it with natural spices, and you get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Take a fast break on heating costs this winter. Winter has arrived for sure, as you can tune up your furnace, seal drafts, and visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for more ways to stay warm while using less energy. Well, you never know who's going to step up. Of course, the Hawkeyes been down a starter. No Tegan Mulaney, no Emily Rodriguez, 2 important pieces off the bench. But how about Journey Houston and her play really all season, and has just been quietly consistent, but been really spectacular so far today.
That's what I was going to say. It's been kind of quiet. She's doing her work in the dark a little bit, but now she's really shining here today against Fairfield.
Brown for three, swish from the top of the key.
Good execution from Fairfield out of the timeout. Set her up for a three right at the top.
And that gives the Stags a three-point advantage. Stremlow angles right side, one-handed pass inside to Houston, and she is bumped as she tried to get it up near the right block, and will come to the line to shoot a pair.
Lots of plays so far in this game have been kind of that block charge, which is always such a difficult call for officials to make, and I could see some of the Iowa coaching staff in the officials' ears at the timeout break telling them, hey, we think they're flopping, so you can bet there was already an eye on it. Now there certainly will be that Iowa requests to keep an eye on these Fairfield flops and maybe get a few more block calls.
Beach picks up the foul. Houston no good on the first attempt off the back of the bracket. Beach has two. Second one rattles in. Journey Houston with 7. Hawkeyes 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Pull to within 2. Here's Anderson on the right side, trying to dribble through traffic, and it's dug up by Brown. Hesitates, drives toward the baseline. Feuerbach there. Excellent position as Brown lost control of the basketball. She gets on the floor and is tied up by Kylie Feuerbach.
Kylie's all over the place, just like she always is, and I think her length is actually really impacting some of these Fairfield guards who Kylie has a couple inches on, both vertically and then with her wingspan.
Possession arrow favors Fairfield. Herder looks to get it along the baseline, does to Anderson, back to Herder. Comes off a screen, gets to the elbow, now backs it up on the right wing. Gives it off to Anderson, quick trigger, 3, no. Missed it from the right side, Stremlow the rebound. Lob pass down court to Feuerbach, free throw line extended right. Here's McCabe in between the circles. Hawks can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Inside, going to work is Ava Hayden. Uses that left hand and gets it to go off glass.
Really just got to keep feeding Ava Hayden. There is no matchup that can defend her on the block.
That was a big part of the Hawkeyes game plan today. Here's Campbell for 3, no good. Missed that one badly from the left side, and Hayden the rebound. Gets it to Stremlow across the timeline. Keeps that right-handed dribble going. Tied at 27, then a lob pass knocked away, intended for Houston, but dug up by McCabe. Here's Feuerbach. Feeds left side. Stremlow holds the ball above her head and then is hit with the left hand of Katie Lamro.
The foul is on number 5, making Anderson. That is her second.
Or make that Anderson with the pressure defense.
She looks completely baffled by that call. It was away from the ball. I think she just kind of jammed up a cutter, but she's rather confused.
Yeah, I was too, because I thought Lamro actually hit Stremlow in the face. Ball possession for the Hawks. Here's McCabe, gets it to Stremlow, tees up a 3, and knocks it down right at the top of the key.
Just so patient. She knew she wanted to shoot that. Good ball reversal from Iowa.
And the Hawks take a 3-point lead. It's been since the first couple minutes of the game. Lob pass inside, taken by Coe. Now kick right side, three-pointer Anderson, no. And Hayden the board. Hawks by 3 with the basketball, 5:35 left to go until halftime. Feuerbach, free throw line extended left. Has that ball swatted at. On ball defense by Brown, then taken away. And then the retaliation by Feuerbach results in her second foul.
I think Kylie expected Taylor Stremlow to come and take a handoff for her, so she sort of outstretched the basketball, just left herself vulnerable for the ball to be slapped at. That's, you know, appreciate her trying to be aggressive to get the ball back. Unfortunately, led to a whistle.
That'll get Addie Deal back in the game. Scoring drought for Fairfield has reached 213, down 3 with the basketball. Brown keeps that dribble going. Gets it to Pham, drives paint, stopped by McCabe. Now back outside, it's Van Fleet. Now Pham, back to Van Fleet, 3 ball, straight away, no good. Might have just grazed the right side of the iron. And the Hawkeyes trying to get that fast break going, throw the basketball away. Stremlo from the right side, down court, baseball pass, nobody home, deep in the corner. Houston did everything she could to try to save it, but that's a turnover. Hawks on a 6-0 run the last 2:25. Fairfield with the basketball, Iowa by 3. Second quarter action from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Fairfield working the ball around the arc. Van Fleet looks inside, holds the ball above her head. Now right at her number. Gets it to Pham. Hesitation dribble on the left wing. Cross-court pass taken by Coe. Not a shooter. Gets into the paint. Back to the basket. Now to Scott. 2 dribbles. Pulls up. Shot clock violation. Great defense by the Hawks.
Great team defense, and you can see they're celebrating it. I love that from this Iowa team. They hang their hat on their defensive effort, and that's just as, it's a turnover. You force them into 30 seconds of working the ball, and they had nothing coming up.
Deal working the point. Dribbles behind her back at midcourt. Brown on her. Now Deal in between the circles. Bounce pass Hayden at great position. Goes up, has it blocked away by the 6-foot Coe. Hawks by 3. Stags with the basketball. Here's Scott on the left wing. Dribbles toward the paint. She's stopped. Makes a tough pass inside. Deal with the steal. Got it away nice. From Van Fleet. Now Eddie gets it back in the front court. Drives down the right side of the paint and drops the pass back out. And a whistle along the baseline.
That's a really tough call. Basically what happened was Ava Hayden's running the floor, and a small guard at 5'6", and that's with shoes on, Janelle Brown, just gets underneath her running the court. They call an offensive charging foul, and you can tell Coach Jensen is furious with that, saying that she had nowhere to go. You have to give her a step, and I don't think she's wrong about that one.
No, hey, Ava Hayden will pick up her first as she just tried to get position. Hawks up 3, Fairfield with Brown at the free throw line, heads down the right side, goes up. Stremlo with the swat into the hands of Ava Hayden. And a whistle. That was a clean block.
It was the antics afterwards. Stremlo got excited and had something to say about her block, and so that's what it's a technical foul on Stremlo in response to her excitement with the very clean block that
as the officials gather again. Technical foul will go against Taylor Stremlo.
I don't know what she yelled, but the official Angel Kent did not like whatever it was, and that is a point of emphasis too, is sportsmanship. And I'm kind of here for it. I love that Stremlo just got that fired up.
She was pumped up. Hard to
but
tell if she said anything, but one of the officials did come over to Jan Jensen and said, "You just can't do that."
Exactly. Yeah, and then that's keep the game clean, and that's okay. We'll play on, but it is kind of one of those moments where you feel like it may have been a huge momentum swing for Iowa, and then the alternative. You send the 96% free throw shooter to the line for 2.
One of the best in the country. And Fairfield does have the highest percentage at the free throw line this year in the country. Lamro knocks down both. McCabe back for Stremlo. Hawks by 1. Fairfield basketball. Across the timeline. Pham. Angles right side, hands it off to Brown, who brings it to the left side. One-handed pass to Pham in the corner. McCabe out on her. Drives baseline, loses control of the ball. Right to Hayden. Down court to Deal, and almost intercepted by Lamro. Right near the Fairfield bench. Hawkeyes will keep possession. Got to watch those down court passes. Iowa's had a tough time completing some of those, and Fairfield with good quickness been able to intercept a couple and also knock a few away.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't need the home run. Hit a single or a double on that transition O.
Hawks by 1 with the basketball. 3:17 remaining in the second quarter. Deal reverses to the left side. Gets a pass to Houston. Now inside to Hayden. She goes up, a whistle before the shot. So that foul will be on the floor. That'll go against Coe.
That is her first, team third.
Her first, team's third. Hawkeyes have 5 fouls in the quarter. Ball possession for Iowa. Along the baseline. Feuerbach gets it to McCabe, top of the key. Inside, Hayden goes to work with the left hand. Can't convert the layup. Boy, Ava's had some terrific looks inside. Those will fall, no doubt about that. Here's Brown. Weaves her way toward the basket. Now drops it off for Campbell. And she's called for traveling at the elbow on the left side.
I'm glad that one was called because there was a travel right before it by her teammate. But, you know, Rob, this game has the feel of kind of a first or second round NCAA tournament
You're right
game.
about that.
It really does. And this is the type of team that will, you know, if I was fortunate enough to host, they would face them here. Regardless, it's great experience. I don't know what's going to happen in this game as it plays out.
That Mercer game.
It does.
Several years back.
Yeah, a lot of those.
Gustafson era.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Going back a few years, but it's exactly like that.
Inside, Hayden goes to work, puts the ball on the floor once, spins toward the baseline, and is held by Herder. You have to go look up that first round game. The Mercer Bears.
Yeah, it's a callback, but I very much remember that game. You kind of exhale after you get through that first round game. It's really tough. A team comes in, you got a target on your back.
Really good mid-major team. Off the inbounds play. 3, count it, from the left wing. Taylor McCabe in double figures with 10.
Well, McCabe is in the zone this week, Robbie.
And here's a steal. Feuerbach bats it to McCabe. To Addie Deal. Hawkeyes by 4. 2:22 left to go in the second quarter. Lob pass for Hayden. Another whistle. They just cannot defend Ava Hayden inside despite a double team.
That's why you've seen so many substitutions happening as Fairfield's just trying to slow down these Iowa posts. And like you said, Ava hasn't finished great so far in this first half. Just continue to feed her. She will. I mean, she's shooting at an incredibly high clip on the season so far.
And Beach picks up her 3rd personal. Hayden perfect on the free throw. Coming off of 15 and 10 against Western Illinois. Beach, a part-time starter, and that one long. And now into the hands of Lamro. Racing down court. Hesitates down the right side all the way to the rim. Lays it up and in.
Fairfield doesn't give you any time to breathe. They get the ball out of the rim and they go.
They look for that quick 2 and then want to get a 3-pointer. Hawks by 3 with the ball as we approach 2 left to go. And an on-ball foul on the right wing. Brown's first.
Well, they told us before the game that Janelle Brown missed most of last season with an ACL, and she's back and really starting to find her stride in the last couple of games. And she's an incredibly aggressive on-ball defender and a dynamic guard for Fairfield.
And she likes to attack downhill, but can also knock down the 3-pointers. Scott in for Herder. 34-31, 2:01 left to go in the second. Feuerbach's first, good. Kylie with 4. One dribble, eyes the hoop, got it. One of the Hawkeyes has done a good job at the line this year.
Yeah, a shining spot on that free throw number.
Hawks by 5. Fairfield with Anderson, left to the top of the key. Houston out on her. High hand to defend that 3. Anderson now gets the ball to Scott, right side. Dribbles toward the baseline. Cross-court pass is tipped. Then top of the key 3, no Anderson. And another board for Ava Hayden. Gets it to Deal. Addie on the left wing. Outside the arc. Tries to come off a screen. Contact and a whistle. This is going to go against Hayden on a high ball screen. That'll be 2 on her. Hayes coming in. And Jensen pleading her case.
It's happened so many times this game. I think that time Ava, in the reverse of what happened earlier, that time Ava didn't give the defender a step. She kind of came right up on her. Had the benefit of a replay monitor that we can see here today, and Ava just didn't give her any room to get through the screen.
Hawks by 5. Fairfield basketball. 1:26 left to go until halftime. Here's Coe, 17 feet away. Dribbles down the right side of the lane. Crashes into Kylie Feuerbach, who's called for a block. Boy, it looked like she had really good position.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, these block charges are always 50-50, and that's why sometimes you just don't call anything, you know? It's like if you're not sure it's that close, occasionally just let it go. But wow, that did look like a great clean charge from Kylie, and she's not afraid to sacrifice her body. I give her so much credit for that.
Yeah, one of the best in the Big Ten at getting set. Doesn't get the call there. And the bad news is that's 3 on Kylie Feuerbach. 36-33, Hawkeyes with the lead, 1:18 left to go in the second.
I like the competitive juice that's flowing in here today. The crowd's into it, teams are into it, the coaches are coaching hard. This is what you ask for. We're getting it in November, no less.
And Coe no good at the free throw line. Houston got the rebound. Now has the basketball in the front court. Pushes it back out to Deal. Three-pointer splash by Addie Deal. Couple of steps away from the top of the key. And almost a Hawkeye steal. As Lamro has to go to the back court to get it. 39-33 Iowa. Staggs working the ball around the arc. Rolls a pass to Coe at the free throw line. Pivots. Dribbles back out top of the key, now spins, goes toward the rim, and kicks it back out. 15-footer is good by Von Fleet.
Very great patience on that possession from Fairfield. Their initial action off the ball screen wasn't there. They just pass it over and get a 15-footer from their forward from the Netherlands.
That's her first bucket at 12 against New Haven. Then Deal has it taken away by Scott at midcourt. Here's Lamro all the way to the basket. Deal swats it away. Houston gets it to McCabe with 9 seconds. Taylor now winds her way on the left wing. Now Deal in between the circles. Frees up a mid-range jumper. Swish from 17. To end the half.
What a sequence from Addie Deal. She had a couple steals. She had a big-time 3 on the in-out action when they double journey Houston. And then here she's patient. She knows how much time is on the clock. Sees her defender fall, as she's so often done in this game. Off the ball screen, takes a little mid-range 15-foot pull-up jumper to close out the half. Beautiful action from the Hawkeyes.
Hawkeyes, 8 of their last 10 from the field, including 3 out of 3. A Deal mid-range jumper to close the first 20 minutes. Stop by and see what everyone is talking about at the Watermill Kitchen and Bar, voted the 2025 Best New Restaurant by the Corridor Business Journal. This modern Midwestern restaurant located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing features chef-inspired takes on all of your favorite dishes, with amazing daily specials, unique cocktails, and monthly events. We have reached the half at Carver Hawkeye. Intensity in the air. Iowa 41, Fairfield 35. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Hawkeye Halftime Show. Here's Rob Brooks and former Hawkeye Catherine Reynolds.
It is time for our halftime stats report, brought to you by Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Well, Iowa is leading the Fairfield Stags 41-35, and they're doing it on 53.6% shooting from the field, 15 for 28. Iowa shooting it well from three, 5 for 8 for 63%, and 6 for 10 from the free throw line for 60%. Leading scorer for the Hawks at the half is Taylor McCabe with 10 points. She is 3 for 4 from the field. Actually, all 4 of those attempts came from behind the arc, and she's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got 2 rebounds and 2 assists to go along with it. Second leading scorer tied Addie Deal and Journey Houston with 7 points apiece, and those both coming off the bench. So those two are responsible for all 14 of Iowa's bench points. 3 for 3 shooting for both of those freshmen. For Fairfield, shooting at 13 for 34 from the field for 38%, 7 for 20 from 3, 35%, and 2 for 3, a pretty limited number of trips to the free throw line at this point for 66.6%. Leading scorer, no surprise, Megan Anderson, the junior, with 8 points on 3 of 9 shooting. She's 2 for 6 from 3, has a rebound, a steal, and a block to go along with it. Right behind her are Nellie Brown and Katie Lamro with 6 points apiece. A little less efficiency for the two of them, as Lamro was 2 for 8 from the field and 0 for 3 from 3, but she's one to keep an eye on. Hawks are out rebounding the Stags 24-12, so doubling them up there. As I mentioned, 14 bench points to Fairfield's 9, and then Iowa leading the points in the paint 16-10 at the half.
Fairfield has led for 10 minutes and 6 seconds. The Hawkeyes for 8:53. The Hawkeyes lead at 41-35 on the Hawkeye Halftime Show. Back with more from Carver Hawkeye after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Craving something sweet? Step into the flavor of a good old-fashioned bake sale, Quick-Star style. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our premium donuts. Choose from Quick-Star's fluffy Long Johns, rich Persians, classic Bismarcks, or ring donuts. So delicious, just like the ones at your hometown bake sale. Do you remember those fresh oven-baked cookies your grandma used to make? So good. Well, the Quickery's got them. Our cookies are just like the ones from back in the day. Let's head straight to the bake sale, only at Quick-Star. Treat yourself today.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Terrific finish to the second quarter by the Hawkeyes, converting on 8 of their last 10 from the field and lead it 41-35. Welcome back courtside, Cover Hawkeye Arena on the Hawkeye Halftime Show. Let's check scores of other games around the Big Ten women's basketball as number 10 Iowa State winding down in the first quarter, lead Indiana by 2 at 24-22 at the Coconut Hoops tournament. Penn State 39, Yale 32 at the half. Also at the halftime break, Purdue 35, Central Michigan 25. Ohio State no problem with Niagara, 57-12. The late stages second quarter. Oregon at Auburn later on. Illinois will host Lemoyne. Rutgers, Iowa's first opponent in Big Ten play next Saturday, hosting St. Peter's. And UCLA at 7-1. Number 3 in the country hosts number 14 Tennessee at 5-1. And it's number 20 Michigan State and Clemson in the Baja Mar Nassau Championship in the Junkanoo Division down in the Bahamas. We'll check NFL scores, also update you on Iowa State wrestling after the break. Iowa 41, Fairfield 35. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Hawkeyes on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Hawkeye Pride, powered locally.
Hey Hawkeyes, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field designed Iowa t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Iowa in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
(41-35) Iowa over Fairfield. We are at the half as the Stags come back out on the court to warm up. Basket to our right. University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball this season, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Last update from Ames. Iowa State wrestling. Keeter lost Peterson lost at 125. Drake Ayala lost at 133. It's 6-3 Iowa State. It's a long streak that the Hawkeyes have over Cyclones in wrestling. I think you have to go back to 2004. Last Cyclone victory hopefully doesn't happen today. Dolphins in the NFL over the Saints 10-0. It is the Houston Texans 3, the Colts nothing in the second quarter. Jets 7, Falcons nothing. Also in quarter number 2. Browns trail the 49ers 7-0. 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And the Panthers and the Rams tied at 14. The Jaguars 15. And the Titans 3. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a 3-0 lead over the Arizona Cardinals. Vikings, Seahawks, Bills, Steelers, Raiders, Chargers later on today. And the night game, the Broncos and the Commanders. Monday Night Football, the New York Giants and New England Patriots. Hawks back out on the court as we get closer to third quarter action with Iowa on top 41-35. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Fairfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his crew at Dodge Street Tire. For over 30 good years, they have taken care of their customers and treated them like neighbors. This season, if your car or truck is struggling to compete, take a shot with Dodge Street Tire. You won't have to jump through hoops to ensure quality and honest service for Hawkeye fans everywhere. Whether it's new tires or engine trouble, Dodge Street Tire will score a win for you and your family. At the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hawkeyes trailed 22-17 after 1, lead at 41-35 as we get set for third quarter action. The Hawkeyes have led for 10:06, or make that Fairfield for 10:06, Iowa for 8:53. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball. Well, Catherine, let's see if the Hawkeyes can ride the momentum at the end of the second quarter into the third quarter. Made a really nice push, really, in that second 10-minute frame. Won that second quarter 24-13.
They did, and I think this is actually a really important point in this basketball game is who starts the third quarter better. What we've seen out of Fairfield is they have a lot of fight. They're not going to give up, and they're going to keep pushing the basketball and getting quick shots up. So for Iowa, continue to contest the three-pointer because clearly they're going to keep letting it fly after they already took 20 in the first half.
Made 7. Kylie Fierbach out there with the starters, Stolke, Hayden, McCabe, Stremlo. Kylie has 3. Stolke, Hayden, Stremlo, both with 2 fouls. Hawkeyes start with the basketball. Stolke in the paint. Gets it right side for Feuerbach. Drives toward the baseline, stops, gets it to Stremlo, fires a three-pointer, rattles around, no. Ball tipped around and dug up by Fairfield. Lambro gets it to Brown, gets it into the paint, now back to Coe on the right wing, then loses control of the ball. She tried to dribble through the paint. Stolke grabbed it, gets it to McCabe, fires a three right wing. Looks like that slipped a little bit. It was short, and then the ball knocked out of bounds by Brown. It'll be Hawkeye basketball along the side. Iowa by 6. Feuerbach to throw it in along the side, right in front of us. Courtside at Carver Hawkeye Arena, gets it to Stremlo. Angles toward the right side, now reverses. Uses the Stolke screen, pulls up her dribble, gets it to Hannah, looks inside. Out of McCabe, free throw line extended right. Out of Hayden, outside the paint on the right. Now McCabe with 2 to shoot. Somebody needs to get it in the air. And the shot is going to be a little bit tardy, even though it went in. Mid-range jumper from Stremlo right side, but it was too late by a second.
Very stagnant possession there. There wasn't a lot of movement. Ava Hayden was kind of holding the ball, waiting for her guards to help her out, and avoided the 5-second call, but unfortunately, eventually the shot clock violation.
Hawks by 6. Early going third quarter. Fairfield with the ball. On the move is Anderson. Drives toward the baseline from the right side. Now gets it back to Herder, and she took an extra step trying to fake a three before she put it on the floor to try to get into the paint.
Late whistle, but the correct call. Took an extra step as she was deciding which way she wanted to go.
Hawkeye basketball in the backcourt. No scoring yet in the third quarter. Stremlo across the timeline. Brown on her. High post area. Hayden turns and faces the hoop. Looks right. Gets it to Stremlo. Free throw line extended. Moves that ball around. Now to McCabe. Top of the key against Brown. She got a hand on it. Now back to Feuerbach. Bounce pass inside Stolke. She's double. Goes to work in the paint. Shot no. A little bit strong off the window. Hayden goes after the ball with 2 Stags. And tie-up situation. And Fairfield basketball.
A great effort from Ava Hayden trying to get that offensive rebound. She already has 9 boards. Oh, make that, 9 boards on the day, but she'll certainly be in double digits in that category. And it's because she's just relentless in pursuing it. She doesn't care where she is. It's her mission to go get that rebound.
Sydney Scott into the game. She hit a three-pointer early. Came into the game, 17 of her 20 shots were from deep. Another good three-point shooter. Anderson wings the ball to Scott on the right. Stremlo out. Everything outside the arc right now for the Stags as Anderson goes down the right side of the lane, loses control of the ball, and then gets it back and lays it up and in with the left hand.
Miscommunication there with Stolke and Feuerbach on the switch onto Anderson.
And then Stolke goes to work quickly down on the left block after a pass from the wing, goes up strong and draws the foul.
I like that call. Anytime Megan Anderson is on Hannah Stolke, Anderson being that she's the leading scorer for Fairfield, I think you got to feed your post to basketball. Whether Hannah or Ava shoots it, that's another story. You don't have to be a black hole, but make pressure on Megan Anderson every single time down the court and force her to either have to defend straight up or foul.
Stolke short on the first free throw. Anderson, her 3rd foul. Second one, good. Hannah has 5, had 12 and 9 boards against Western Illinois. 42-37. Hawkeyes strike first at the free throw line after a Fairfield bucket. Here's Anderson. Angles left side. Lambro now. Back to Anderson. Little step through move from the left wing. And took an extra step. Turnover. Fairfield, Iowa basketball on top, 42-37.
I would kind of feel you need to take advantage of that turnover. Now a couple empty possessions in a row for Fairfield. Do something with it.
Deal. Next dead ball. Here's Stremlo in between the circles. Goes between her legs. And then is pushed by some close defense by Lambro. It'll be her first and the team's 2nd in the quarter. Deal for Kylie Feuerbach. Ball possession for the Hawkeyes. Stremlo along the side. Herder on her. Gets it into Deal. She'll work the point. And then the ball is kicked by Lambro as the Hawkeyes went double high post at the 15-foot mark. 42-37, 7:21 left to go in the third. And a terrific basketball game. Here's Hayden. Out past the three-point arc on the right side, puts it on the floor, drives all the way to the basket, layup good off the window.
Wow, I love that decision from Hayden. That was a set play where there's kind of decoy action happening, a double screen for Taylor McCabe on the other side. Ava waits for that to happen and then attacks at the last second.
Almost a steal by McCabe. Regathered by Lamro. Now Scott on the right side. Anderson in between the circles. Left side Lambro, everything outside the arc. She puts it on the floor, brings it to the right side, gets it to Scott, deep in the corner, three-pointer, no. Ball hit the paint, dug up by Stremlo, who finds Stolke wide open, layup good. Terrific patience by the Hawkeyes that time. Timeout, Stags.
Great rim run for Hannah Stolke, and then incredible vision from Taylor Stremlo as she just waits, was patient, saw Hannah was going to be all by herself once she got to the bucket, and a great assist action to her senior center, Hannah Stolke.
And the patience by Taylor Stremlo. Knew the paint area was open, but waited for Hannah Stolke to get in perfect position, as easy as a bucket as you're going to get.
Absolutely, and Taylor just has such good feel. That's where you see a lot of her assists come, is she sees it developing before it's kind of visible to everybody else. So, like you say, she knew there was a hole in the middle of the lane. She knows Stolke can run the floor with the best of them. She waits, buys her time, and then hits her for the easy finish, uncontested layup, forcing the timeout call for Fairfield.
Hawkeyes have outscored Fairfield 5-2 in the quarter. Lead at 46-37. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
After the Fairfield timeout, 46-37. Hawkeyes with the advantage. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.com. Fairfield basketball. Left to right. Brown, the point guard, across the timeline. McCabe on her. Scott comes out to set a screen and now receives a pass from Herter. Looks left, passes left. Coe has it, dribbles into the paint. Now back outside, top of the key with 10 to shoot. Here's Herter. Trying to get something open, then a lob pass inside to Coe against Hayden. She whirls around Ava Hayden. Shot no. Hayden the rebound and gets away from 2 defenders and gets it to Stremlo. Good tough rebound by Ava Hayden. Drops it inside to Stolke. She goes up strong and is hammered. Took a pass from the right wing Von Vliet with the foul. That is her first. And we'll bring Hannah Stalky right back at the free throw line. Boy, what a good quarter of basketball she's put together.
Hannah's been all over the place, and this is an area, Rob, I know we talk about it a lot, but the free throw line, she goes there a lot. She is so physical at the block. She draws a lot of fouls, and her ability to convert efficiently from the free throw line is extremely important, I think, for the success of this season.
Normally very efficient. Misses the first one. A little bit strong off the back of the iron. Second one in the air. Got it. Stalky in double figures with 10. Fairfield has not scored for over 2 minutes. 47-37. The Hawkeyes with their biggest lead of the ballgame. Fairfield is led by as many as 11. Working the ball around the arc. Herder, free throw line extended left. Von Vliet has it knocked away. 4 to shoot. Dug up by Brown. Gets it to Herder. Desperation three off the glass. No good. Shot clock violation. Stags second today.
Exactly, and again, that Iowa defense just showing up when they need it, really making, there's no available options. Fairfield's passing the ball around, and I will add that they've got a lineup out there right now that lacks Megan Anderson, it lacks Katie Lamro, so they're kind of their scorers that they lean on aren't on the floor right now, and great time for Iowa to pounce.
Hawks by 10 with the basketball. And there's a kick at midcourt. Deal trying to get it to Hayes. Brown kicked it with that left foot, and it'll be Hawkeye basketball. Campbell in for the Stags. Out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, back-to-back trips to the NCAA tournament. Lost to K-State in the opening round last year. Stalky receives a pass, gets it to Deal. Hawks with 18 to shoot. Now high post area, Hayes. One dribble, hands to Deal. Angles down the right side of the lane, lost control of the ball and out of bounds. Couple of black jerseys there. It was heavy traffic as she made her way to the right block.
That's an area Addie will continue to improve, getting a little tighter with her handle throughout this season and then certainly in the offseason.
Hawks by 10, midway point, third quarter. Inside Coe, reverse layup, no good with the left hand. Hayes the board. Stremlow across the timeline to Feuerbach. Inside, nice catch by Stalky. And a clear out is going to be called on Hannah Stalky, offensive foul. We've got timeout on the court with 4:49 left to go. Third quarter action. Jan Jensen trying to get an explanation again from the officiating crew. Compassionate help anytime, anywhere. Call or text 988. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Corn grows feed for our livestock, food for our families, and clean burning fuel with Unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to pump it up with Unleaded 88. 4:49 left to go in the third. Iowa 47, Fairfield 37. Hawks on a 6-0 run to grab their largest lead of the afternoon. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Fairfield.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
The year-end clearance sale is going on now at your local Honda dealer. Honda cars, SUVs, and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Save thousands on the new Honda today with 0.99% financing. 2025 Accords, Pilots, and Ridgelines are on clearance. Plus, see big savings on the full Honda line, like financing as low as 0.99% APR on the new 2025 Ridgeline. Don't miss Happy Honda Days. Search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval offer ends 1/5/26.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hit the paint, dug up by Stremlow, who finds Stolke wide open, layup good. Terrific patience by the Hawkeyes that time. Timeout, Stags. And that gave the Hawkeyes a 46-37 advantage at the 6:34 mark, as the Hawkeyes lead 47-37. Fairfield with the basketball, and a three-pointer deep in the right corner is up and good by Christina Pham, an outstanding shooter at 6 against New Haven and is considered their best shooter. Hayes has it on the block, sends it back out. Stremlow can't answer the three-pointer from the left wing. Ball dug up by Fairfield as a 7-point advantage for Iowa. Big lead of 10, 4:10 left to go in the third. Feuerbach next dead ball as Brown has it on the left side. Pham in the paint. Now Campbell right side dribbles into the paint. Off balance, left-handed shot no good, but Coe's there for the rebound. Now to Pham. Outside the paint, left side. Drops it inside, and Campbell tried to get it to Coe, and it's batted out of bounds. Our move of the game, and that was the Hannah Stolke layup. Outstanding assist from Stremlow. And that's presented by Remax. And it's more than numbers on a contract. It's about trust, honest advice, and expert guidance. Because while numbers count, trust matters most. Remax, the official real estate partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Fairfield looks inside, lob pass in the paint. Coe goes up with 0.6 on the shot clock and just tried to bat it up toward the basket. And a push is going to be called on Hannah Stolke.
Well, that is unfortunate because that was an absolute prayer of a baseline out of bounds play by Fairfield where they just tried to get a lob play up to Coe, and Hannah was kind of behind her, must have just made a little bit of contact in the air. The official had a good angle on it, but definitely couldn't see it from here.
Fourth foul on Hannah Stolke. You just don't want to commit to foul with less than a second left to go on the shot clock. Good news is Coe misses the first free throw. Hawks have not scored for the last 2:09. Coe second, right-hander no good, and Journey Houston into the game. Grabs the rebound. Terrific minutes from the former Davenport North star in the first half. Here's Feuerbach in between the circles. Houston comes out to screen. Feuerbach angles right side, pulls up her dribble on the right side, gets it to McCabe. Now Deal pushes it inside to Hayden, outside the paint, turnaround jumper is good from 7 feet.
Totally an evolution in Ava's game to be able to recognize the defense is off and take that little 12-foot jumper.
Anderson, quick three, right side, no. And the battle for the rebound. The ball goes out of bounds along the baseline. And looks like it'll stay with Fairfield, with Iowa on top by 9, 3:15 left to go in the third. Brown along the baseline sends it out front to Anderson. Now deep in the corner. Pham tries to make a move toward the basket and just kind of maneuvered her way along the baseline, then threw it up in the paint and gets it to go off the window.
Yeah, Addie just sort of had her feet stuck in the sand there, didn't keep moving with Pham.
And Deal tries to get it back, 15-foot jumper, no. Rebound, Houston. Kicks it back out, Feuerbach, three, got it from the right wing.
Oh, that was big time three, right when Iowa needed it. Kind of almost a broken possession, but Kylie said, I'll take that.
And she did with confidence, 52-42. Hawks go back up by 10 with 2:30 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Coe outside the arc, not a threat to shoot. Gets it to Lamro. She is, and now wheels right side. Shot up, no good. Short off the window, and a push on the rebound will be called on Fairfield.
Another good defensive possession, and Ava Hayden, I just think, has been really improved in her ability to contest shots without fouling, even since the beginning of this season. It sounds like she's been listening in her film sessions where they tell her, hey, you're 6'4". When 5'8" comes in there to shoot a layup, just stay straight up. You don't need to foul.
The Hawks 6 out of 11 from deep with the basketball. And a 10-point advantage. Late stages, third quarter. Deal gets it to Houston. Fakes, drives, paint. Kicks it right side, McCabe. Now swings it to Deal. On the right wing, drops a bounce pass inside to Hayden. Little floater with the left hand over the front of the rim, no. Boy, terrific move, just couldn't get it to go. Rebound Fairfield. 52-42. Anderson, Herder. Swings the ball to Pham. Hawks get out on her. Good three-point shooter. Now deep in the corner. Lemro fakes a three, drives, has to get it back out to Pham. Great defense by the Hawkeyes. 7 to shoot. Lob pass intercepted by Houston at the top of the key. Gets it to Feuerbach. Stops at the top of the key, looks inside. Now Deal, free throw line extended right. Hayden comes out 18 feet away. Gets it to McCabe for 3. That's an air ball that goes out of bounds. McCabe rushed that one a little bit, didn't quite get her legs into it.
Took a second for Ava to recognize how open Taylor was, and it was deep. It was, a deep three. She had no momentum, didn't step into it or anything. You don't see McCabe airball very frequently.
40% three-point shooter on the year. McCabe has 10. Fairfield with the basketball. Approaching 1 minute left to go in the third. Hawks by 10. Working the ball around the arc. Herder. Gets it to Scott, now back to Herder. In between the circles, Lamro drives down the right side of the lane, now pushes a pass to Beach, who drives in, can't score. Well-designed play by the Stags. Hawkeyes get the rebound. And then a three-pointer, no good. Feuerbach left at the top of the key, and a rebound by Stremlo out near the arc, and she is tripped. That's going to be Herder. That'll be 3 on her, transfer from Rutgers. Actually had 2 steals here for the Scarlet Knights against the Hawkeyes.
Here's a stat. Yeah, like you said, her brother, incredible career at Maryland, has been in the NBA since then. I think it's a couple different teams. I know he was with the Kings for a while. I think he's currently with the Bulls. And speaking of NBA and WNBA experience, Coach Carly Tebow here for Fairfield comes from a pretty illustrious family in the coaching world. Her father, NBA and WNBA, winningest WNBA coach of all time. Her brother currently on the Minnesota Lynx staff. So that family, what do you think they talked about at Thanksgiving?
Whoa, baseball? Probably not.
Yeah.
Both free throws good by Stremlo. Hawks big lead of 12. Anderson from 3, top of the key, no. And the ball batted out of bounds. Touch last by McCabe. It'll be 20 seconds on the shot clock for Fairfield with 24.4 left to go on the game clock. We're in the third. Pham back for Fairfield.
It's been a really good quarter defensively for the Hawkeyes. They've only given up 7 points here as we sit with just 24 seconds left in the quarter.
And think of the long possessions. Scott takes the inbound, swish from the right corner.
Never identified City Scott standing in the corner wide open.
Well, you talk about a catch and shoot. Nothing but net there. Stremlo with 10 seconds out near the timeline. Angles right side. Now drives in, lost control of the basketball, dug up by Stremlo, and reverse layup off the window's good to end the third quarter.
Just how she drew it up. That's the thing about Stremlo. A play is never dead. She gets the ball stripped out of her hands, grabs it right back, finishes the tough reverse layup, giving Iowa their biggest lead of the game, up 11 at the end of the quarter.
Amazing how she gets that basketball back, knocked out of her hands maybe twice, gets it, and then a reverse layup off the window, goes right through. Perfect timing to end the third quarter as the Hawkeyes lead 56-45. Won the third quarter 15-10. University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball this season, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Hawk fans, throughout the season, you can join head coach Jan Jensen and me for Hawk Talk, presented by Oaknall. We are live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Hawk Talk with Coach Jensen takes place every week from 6 until 7. We get underway Wednesday night. Come on out and join us. We head to the fourth. Iowa 56, Fairfield 45. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Life's busy. Quickstar makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Top off your tank with Quickstar's fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus, enjoy added perks like free ATMs and complimentary air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. Stop into Quickstar today.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
The fourth quarter. Well, you talk defense, as Fairfield only scored 10 points in that third quarter. Iowa won it by 5, and certainly the transition defense getting back quickly, protecting the three-point line, limit those threes, contest with high hands. Hawks have done a pretty good job of that today.
They have, and they've limited the two leading scorers for this Fairfield team. Not an easy thing to do. Katie Lamro and Megan Anderson have been electric so far this season, so I know we still have 10 minutes here to go, but if they keep that up, this will be a Hawkeye victory.
And the Hawkeyes will retain possession after the ball batted out of bounds by Fairfield. Lamro averaging 18.6, Anderson 20, has 10 right now. Lamro just 6. Hawks with their big lead of 12. Stremlo in between the circles. Angles right, now comes back left. One-handed pass to Houston. Puts it on the floor from the right wing. Now back to Feuerbach for 3. Swish! Kylie Feuerbach knocks down another three-pointer.
And that's great decision-making from Journey Houston. She attacks the rim, realizes it's not there, and then just patiently, calmly passes it out to the wide-open Kylie for 3.
Great to see Kylie knock down a couple of big-time threes. Anderson in the paint, tried to get a pass to Coe. Picked off by Hayden. Tie-up situation. Fairfield basketball, Iowa on top, 59-45, 9:15 left to go. Pham back for the Stags.
And you can tell that this Iowa staff has this game scouted. Sean Sullivan was his scouting report, and every play call that Fairfield has yelled out, he's telling his team what actions are coming. I mean, you've got to give credit to how well he has them prepared.
He is on top of it, each and every scout that he has, and there's a 5-second call as the Stags couldn't get it in. Jan Jensen loved it.
Yeah, she did. She's coaching her tail off today, that is for sure, and looking good while doing it. We've got quite the set suit going on, and that closet of hers is on fire this season.
Usually is.
Here comes the press from Fairfield.
Saw that a little bit in the first quarter as Stremlo gets it across the timeline. Brown with her defensively. Now top of the key to Hayden, coming off a screen. is McCabe. Swish for Taylor McCabe, a top of the key three.
Beautiful action, little down screen to free up McCabe, who's been just like Jensen's closet, has been on fire this season.
And then Pham knocks down a three-pointer in the short corner on the left side. That is her third three. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Fairfield. Hawks will have it in the front court. Go back for the Stags. Iowa on top, 62-48.
Like you said, Coach Tebow considers Pham the best shooter on her team, so no surprise that she checks back in the basketball game, and they'll be going to look to get shots up here in this fourth quarter.
As those eyes fixated on that rim, as soon as she enters the contest. Top of the key, Houston drives down the left side of the lane. Contact and a foul. A hold to be called on Fairfield. Good, quick first step by the freshman Journey Houston.
Great, quick first step, and then she got smoked on that foul. I mean, Sydney Scott just slid over, and somehow they're saying that was on the ground, not at the shot attempt. I'm not quite sure how. She was clearly going up with that.
So the Hawks will have it along the baseline. Hawks will be in a box set. Official gets in front of Scott and Houston. Feuerbach will throw it in, looks inside, gets it to Hayden. Just a foot off the block. Now back to Stremlow. Now McCabe fires a pass inside to Hayden, and double teamed and pushed from behind. That'll go against Sydney Scott. A tenacious defender. That's her third. Transfer from Marshall. Feuerbach looks inside, gets it to McCabe for three, left wing. That one's short. Kylie gets the rebound, goes up, finishes, foul before the shot. And that was the right call. Pham with a hold.
It's 3 consecutive fouls called on Fairfield, keeping this ball down here. I'd love to see Iowa finish this long trip down to this end of the court with a bucket.
Fourth team foul on Fairfield. Iowa 62, Stags 48. Hawks get it in. Here's Feuerbach, drives the paint, layup, no. Rebound, put back, yes, for Ava Hayden.
Well, just explosive off the ground for Hayden to go up, get that O-board, and put it back. You know, you'd love to see the first layup attempt go down. There's been a bit of a lid on the rim on those layups for the Hawks today.
But they have stayed with it. Scott 3, right side, no. Hayden with the rebound in double figures with 10. Down court pass to Feuerbach. Bounce pass inside Houston. Little floater, no good from the right block. Rebound to Fairfield. Here's Brown. All the way into the paint, goes to the rim, has to kick it back out, then gets it back from Coe, fires a three, knocks it down from the right side.
I need a good possession here. This Fairfield team's not going to stop, and just right on cue, the whistle from Jan Jensen. She doesn't want this to get any closer than it needs to be, and that's her first called timeout of the game. So I think that was good timing to keep any sort of run and momentum going Fairfield's way.
Hawks still in command at 64-51 with 7:44 left to go in quarter number 4. At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, combine it with natural spices, and you get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Timeout on the floor, 7:44 left to go in the fourth. The Hawkeyes by 13, 64-51. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
64-51, Iowa on top. Led for 21 minutes and 9 seconds, 10:06 for Fairfield. And certainly, Catherine, one thing that sticks out, 8 of 17 from 3 are the Hawkeyes. McCabe 4 for 8. Kylie Feuerbach 2 out of 4, and she's in double figures with 11.
It just makes such a difference when threes are going, and not just the obvious point where it's 3 points on the board, but they're just a feel-good make, you know, and you can see how much momentum both teams actually in this contest get off of made threes. But Iowa, incredible numbers from 3, especially the way they started the game. You know, the first quarter wasn't exactly beautiful from 3, and ever since then, it's 4 for 4 in the second quarter, and like you say, 8 for 17 for 47% on the game. And now it's just management of this basketball game. You're up 13 against a really good team. It's kind of that right speed on the gas where you don't just lay back and play slow, but you got to keep scoring and attacking this team, because they certainly will be trying to do the same.
And we'll need to know time and score, as Fairfield shooting just under 38% from 3, as they have put 29 3 balls in the air. Hawkeyes in the front court. Feuerbach drives left side, hands it off to Houston, brings it into the paint, kicks it to Deal, 9 to shoot. Deal outside the arc, puts it on the floor, and a runner from 15 off the dribble goes down. That's 9 for Addie Deal.
And she's coming into her own here. It's, you know, it's taken a few games to her to find her footing, but she sure has.
Herder, step back 3, left to the top of the key, good.
Well, just like so many of her teammates, she's out there for one reason, it's to shoot the 3.
That's her second 3-pointer. 6-foot junior, top of the key. Hayden gets it back to Stremlow, brings it left side, cross-court pass to Deal, fakes a 3, now a step-back 3, Addie Deal. That's an air ball, but a save along the baseline by Kylie Feuerbach. Didn't hit anything, so the Hawks got to go with 6. Hayden racing toward the basket, gets a pass from Stremlow, layup good.
Great finish. Ava makes some really hard finishes look easy. To not take a dribble or more than one step there and finish was amazing at her size.
She's missed a couple of easy ones, but has made a couple of very difficult shots. Coe goes toward the basket, blocked by Hayden. Now to Deal, across the timeline, 68-54 Hawkeyes. Iowa's big lead is 17. Feuerbach into the corner, Deal. She pivots. Now to Hayden, right side. Back to Deal, gets a screen, pull up from 15. A little bit strong on the left side of the bracket. Rebound taken down by Brown. Brings it into the front court, we're under 6 in the fourth quarter. Gets it off to Lamro, 3, good. Left to the top of the key.
They're not going to stop. Keep letting that thing fly like they have all day.
Hawks try to get it inside to Journey Houston. The ball's knocked away into the hands of Lamro. Racing across the timeline, gets to the free throw line, pushes it into the corner, 3-pointer, swish by Herder.
Yeah, just like that, it's an 8-point game. Those threes add up quickly, and you can see Iowa's got a couple of their starters at the table set to check in, and Hannah Stolke and Taylor McCabe.
A 6-0 run the last 18 seconds. And Jan Jensen takes time out. And another good push by Fairfield. And you're right, they're unfazed by playing big-time competition. We knew that coming in, and that has been the story today.
Definitely. I mean, there was no showing throughout any point in the game thus far where it seemed like they were backing down, and when they shoot threes at such a high volume, if some of those go down, these leads tighten up quickly, as we just saw. Iowa was up 17 there briefly, and now it's an 8-point game, but you know, it's no need for panic. At 5.5 minutes to go, you're up 8. You've done so many good things today, so no need to change how you're playing. It's just defend those threes the best you can, but then continue to score on your end. That's where Iowa has to take care of the basketball. And again, I mentioned Iowa back with their starting lineup out there now to hold serve and take care of the ball. Get back to maybe giving up a good shot for a great shot. Exactly, and play through your posts. We've seen all day that in-out action or the post scoring is the ticket.
Here's Hayden. Near the elbow, 17 feet away from the hoop. Looks inside. Now cross-court pass to McCabe. High-low action. Hayden to Stalky. Back outside. Feuerbach for three. Count it. Kylie from the right side.
So happy to see Kylie have a day like this. I mean, the kid works so hard, and she's paying off with her three-pointers today.
She has been big time today with 14, especially in the third and fourth quarters. And a foul going to be called on the Hawkeyes. That'll be the fourth on Kylie Feuerbach. A reach about 13 feet away from the basket in the paint. Now Kylie's got to be careful still. 4:57 left to go. Hawkeyes by 11. All possession for Fairfield. Get it into Anderson on the left side. She turns baseline, goes in, hit the bottom of the glass with the shot. Was open, just didn't have the angle. Hawks get the rebound, bring it into the front court. Stremlow to Stalky, high post area. Now back to Feuerbach for three. Skips off the right side of the iron, but offensive rebound Hayden. Hawks another opportunity. Stremlow gets into the paint. Now in the corner, Feuerbach for three. Count it! Kylie Feuerbach, no fear from three.
Even after the heat check, she gets another good look at it, lets it fly again. I love it. Kylie Feuerbach with her fourth three of the game.
And 17, and that's a career high in points for Kylie Feuerbach as Anderson answers for Fairfield. And now the Hawkeyes turn the ball over. Pham racing toward the basket. Left-handed layup, no good at the bottom of the iron. It goes out of bounds. They'll stay with the Stags. A transition turnover by Iowa as Fairfield has made 5 of their last 8 from the floor.
An unforced turnover at that. Just kind of a lazy pass up the court, 1-2 in transition. And fortunately, Pham wasn't able to connect, but have to have better baseline out-of-bounds defense than Iowa did a second ago.
74-63. Hawks on top. Fairfield with the basket. Ball as we approach 4 to go. Along the baseline, Anderson lost control of it. Good hands there by Ava Hayden. Hawks into the front court. Gonna run some offense. Stremlow on the right wing. Gets it back from Hayden at the free throw line. Hesitation, dribble all the way to the rim. Shot good with the right hand on the left side.
Really good finish. And again, that change of speed that Stremlow is so effective with, opening up the rim for her.
And here's a block by Hayden against Anderson on a 3. And both players going after the ball. And a push is going to be called on Ava Hayden.
The foul is on Iowa's number 5, Ava Hayden. That is her 13 seconds.
That's her third. But her first foul since the first half. 76-63, Hawks on top. 3:31 to play. It'll be Fairfield basketball along the side, right in front of their bench. Scott, Hayden on the ball. Needs to get it in, and does to Brown. 20 to shoot. And Brown, that's a double dribble. Looked like she lost control of it. Went off her shoe. Unforced error, Hawkeye basketball.
Oh, that's good. Like, we had one of those, they had one of those. Get the ball back for Iowa. Look to see as much of this shot clock as possible here to keep dwindling this time down if you're Iowa.
3:28 remaining. Hawks by 13. Really good timeout by Jan Jensen to settle Iowa down, and then got some good shots. Down court pass to Stalky. In the paint, turns and gets it back to Stremlow. Now Feuerbach, McCabe on the left side, and a foul on Herter against Hayden. Good ball movement from side to side to get Hayden a touch. And that's the 5th team foul, so free throws for Ava Hayden. With Remax, it's more than numbers on a contract. It's about trust, honest advice, and expert guidance. Because while numbers count, trust matters most. Remax, the official real estate partner of Iowa Hawkeye Athletics. Little blood on the wrist area for Taylor Stremlow. They're getting a bandage on that.
I always say it takes a village. You got strength coach Lindsay Alexander cleaning it off with water. You got athletic trainer Andrea Chilcote out here taping her up. And
in the meantime, we're going to knock down some free throws.
yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
Ava Hayden, perfect on the first. Trying to give the Hawkeyes a 78-63 lead, and she does not. A little bit strong on the free throw. Hayden went after the rebound, but dug up by Brown. She brings it quickly to the top of the key. Now to Scott, wide open three, good, right of the top of the key. Well, she can shoot it, there's no doubt.
She can, and so can most of her teammates. Just lost in translation there on the transition D. Stolke never found her.
We're under three. Hawkeyes on top, 77-66. Stolke a foot off the block, left side. Out of McCabe, swings the ball to Stremlow on the right side. Keeps that dribble going, looks inside, and now pressured by Herder. Gets it to Hayden, now back to Stremlow, to Stolke, and she's fouled. Terrific ball movement from the right side down to the left block by the Hawkeyes.
Well, and that was that good for great that you just talked about, Rob. It's a nice pass from Ava Hayden to Taylor Stremlow. Stremlow didn't like her look at the rim, so she makes the extra dump pass over to Hannah Stolke, and Stolke draws the contact, sends herself back to the free throw line. It's good team offense and unselfish play from the Hawkeyes.
And Herder commits her 5th foul, so she heads to the bench. Stolke strong on the first free throw attempt. Second one in the air, got it. Stolke swishes that one. She's in double figures. Ava Hayden has 14 rebounds, three-pointer up and no good. For Fairfield, Iowa gets the rebound into the front court on top, 78-66. 2:25 left to go. Stolke at the elbow as the ball swatted away by Brown, but a foul will be called on Nellie Brown. That's her second.
Foul is on number 3, Janelle Brown. That's her second. Going to the line will be Stolke.
Stolke back at the free throw line where the Hawkeyes are 12 of 20.
Megan Anderson checking in for Fairfield.
And that number needs to improve as the season goes on, and you can bet they're working on it in practice every single day. And as we talk about frequently, sometimes it just becomes a mental thing. The shot becomes harder than it needs to be when you overthink it. But free throws will be an area definitely for Iowa to continue to get better at. So many games will be tight as you move through this non-conference season, which doesn't get any easier, might I add, and then going into the gauntlet of Big Ten play.
So Stolke at the free throw line and connects on the first. So Kylie Feuerbach has tied her career high. She had 17 against Kansas State back on December 18th of 2020. Show you what kind of day that she has had.
2020.
Correct.
That's how long she's been playing college hoops, too. It's 2020.
Year number 6. And Stolke gets a friendly bounce on the second free throw. It goes in and gives the Hawkeyes a 14-point lead. Fairfield working the ball around the arc. Pham finds Scott. Now back to Pham, reverses it left side to Brown. Brown looks inside, nothing there. Has to get it to Pham in between the circles. 5 to shoot, 2 minutes left to go, and she does shoot and scores. Feuerbach right there defensively.
Yeah, they can score. They can shoot it, and they are fearless. You know,
this is a good basketball team.
Yeah, they are. They're going to have a great year in the MAAC.
Well, they've had a lot of great years. 2 years ago, won 31 games. Feuerbach in between the circles, gets it back from Stolke, and then Stolke gets it from Feuerbach. No, but then Hayden crashes in for the board as she's pushed.
Now, Coach Jensen has that look of wishing the time on the clock would move faster right now. She knows no lead feels safe, and this fourth quarter has just kind of continued to drag along with whistles and made threes from Fairfield, but Iowa retaining the lead.
Brown's third foul. Hayden knocks down the free throw. So Iowa doing a pretty good job at the line down the stretch. Second one, good. Ava Hayden with 15. Had 5 at the half. Make that now 16 for Ava Hayden. 82-69, 125 left to go. Three-pointer, good by Anderson. Left to the top of the key. Good inside-outside action that time by the Stags.
And a really tough matchup for Ava Hayden trying to guard Megan Anderson, who is a stretch 5. And that's where you've seen some of these shots come from, is she's not used to guarding someone who spends all their time on the perimeter.
It's happened a few times this year. Stalky from the free throw line, drives down the right side of the lane. Strong power move off the window, good.
God, she's come up huge in this second half, hasn't she, Rob?
Sure has. Now has 14 points. Shot is up and no good. A rare miss from deep by Fairfield. And the rebound taken down by Hayden. And Brown, her 4th on the reach. So Ava Hayden with 16 points and 16 boards.
Take that. Sheesh.
That's going to be 2 double-doubles this week after being the Big Ten Player of the Week last week. Swishes the free throw. At 15 and 10 against Western Illinois.
Yeah, and then to do that against this opponent is not easy either. And really, it's, you know, it wasn't like things were going her way necessarily in the first half. So you'd love to see that, where it doesn't bother her, doesn't phase her at all. She comes back out in the second half and just gets it done, both finishing the basketball, shooting her little 12-footers, and then rebounding relentlessly on both ends of the floor.
86-72 with 49.8 left to go. 30-second timeout taken. And Hawk fans, don't forget that you can enjoy your home away from home at Coralville's all-suite Homewood Suites and the Home 2 Suites, both in the Iowa River Landing and both Hilton Hotels. Relax in spacious suites with kitchens. You can enjoy free breakfast, 24-hour gym, pool, hot tub, and much more. Perfectly located for your next Hawkeye visit. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, and voted best of the area for 12 straight years. Proudly supports Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball again this year. Trust Dodge Street Tire and Auto for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Street. (86-72). Hawks in a hard-fought non-conference game. Knew that going in. Know this is the best non-conference team that'll be inside Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. You look at the second half. Iowa won the third quarter 15-10. Right now 30-27. So not much scoring in the third quarter. Bunch of scoring here in the fourth.
It is, and I'm just looking at the stat comparison for these teams, and it's not very often you see a team take 39 three-pointers, which Fairfield probably will take 1 or 2 more here to finish out the game, and they're shooting it at a, you know, that's an amazing rate, really. But that's a lot of threes to defend, and Iowa's done a nice job overall.
Well, they entered the game as the nation's leading free throw shooting team and second in the nation with 11.4 made three-pointers per game. There's a layup, and Lamro too close, couldn't convert, but Pham picks it up on the right wing. Hawks on top, 86-72 with 30 seconds left to go. Brown down the middle of the lane, and the double pump is no good, too strong off the window, and the Hawks will hold. And a sigh of relief from Jan Jensen as the Hawkeyes will win their 8th in a row.
Well, that's a really, really good win for Iowa. I don't know a lot about the conference Fairfield's in, but I do know I'd be shocked if they didn't win it, considering what we saw here today. So when that Selection Sunday comes in just a few short months from now, this will be a great, great win on the resume for the Hawkeyes.
Big-time non-conference victory, 86-72, and the Hawkeyes down 3 players, including their starting point guard. And to let you know what type of victory this is, the last 2 years, Fairfield 31-2, and last year 28-5. Both of those teams went to the NCAA tournament. But for the Hawkeyes to go 8-0, Fairfield drops to 4-2, and you look at 4 players in double figures and 2 more with 9, you love the balance.
Absolutely you do, and I know you just mentioned it, Rob, but to have 3 players that were playing significant minutes unavailable for today, and Emily Rodriguez, Tegan Mulaney, and then point guard Chit Chat Wright, who was off to a great start this season, it makes it even that much more impressive, and that's something that Jensen has told us all year, is that she is really excited about the depth that this Iowa team has, and that's depth in its balance, like you say, multiple people scoring either in or close to double digits, and then the rebounding so balanced. Iowa yet again 21 assists on 29 made field goals. They're sharing the basketball well. They're really clicking together, and the magic number coming into this game, looking through some of Fairfield's stats over the years, was 70. And that was that when Fairfield gives up 70 points, they don't usually win. So once Iowa got over that threshold, now obviously finishing with 86, it felt like things could likely go the Hawkeyes' way.
And Iowa wanted to keep Fairfield under 76 points, and they were able to do that, 86-72. So the Hawks win at 86-72 as the final. And the Iowa Wrestlers in a tight one over at Iowa State. Cyclones lead 14-11. As Caliendo won a technical foul match at 165. The meet started at heavyweight, so 3 weight classes left. Iowa and Iowa State from Ames. Hawks 8-0 inside Carver Hawkeye Arena this afternoon with that 86-72 victory. We will start our post-game show coming up next. Take a look at the stats and have much more for you as the Hawks get a tough, hard-fought victory this afternoon. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just needs someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Hi Hawk fans, Coach Kirk Ferentz here. For 40 years, our players have proudly worn the ANF logo to honor the hard-working farmers who keep this country growing. With fewer farmers working the land, their challenges are bigger, but their commitment never wavers. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Iowa Farm Bureau are proud to stand with these dedicated families who feed and fuel our nation. Thanks for celebrating 40 years of America Needs Farmers. Let's keep standing strong for the people who keep us going strong. To learn more, visit americaneedsfarmers.org.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hawkeye Basketball has been brought to you by Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. This is the Hawkeye Postgame Show.
Of Courtside Carver Hawkeye Arena, Rob Brooks along with Catherine Reynolds as the Hawkeyes, number 11 in the country, according to the AP, lead. Fairfield really led since the first quarter, ended up leading 28 minutes and 53 seconds for Fairfield, 10:06 to win it 86-72. 30 points in the paint for the Hawkeyes, 16 points off the bench, and 18 second chance points. We'll get to the entire stat recap, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Postgame stats recap brought to you by Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Well, Iowa winning this game 86-72 and doing it with a lot of people shooting the ball well. So as a team, 51% from the field on 29 of 57 shooting. 10 for 21 from three for just shy of 48%. Great number. And then from the free throw line, 18 of 26 for 69%. Handful of folks in double digits, but leading scorer ended up being Ava Hayden with 18 points on 6 of 11 shooting and 16 rebounds to go along with it. Another double-double in the books for Ava Hayden. She had 4 offensive rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals and 4 block shots. So quite a line from Ava Hayden, really making her name for herself in this sophomore campaign. Right behind her, Kylie Fierbach with 17 points, tying her career high on 5 of 10 shooting and 4 of 7 three-point shooting. I want to also mention Taylor McCabe and Hannah Stolke with 13 points apiece. Stolke throwing 8 rebounds in the mix. For Fairfield, 26 of 65 shooting tonight on 40% from the field, 18 for 39 for 46% from 3, and 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Really not a place they spent a lot of time because they shot so many threes rather than attacking the rim. Leading scorer for Fairfield was their team's leading scorer on the season, Megan Anderson, with 13 points on 5 of 16 shooting. She was 3 for 11 from 3, had 2 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and 3 turnovers to go along with it. Their second leading scorer was Katie Lamro with 12 points on 4 of 12 shooting. She had 3 boards, 4 assists, and 1 block, but well below both of their numbers as they were averaging 20 and 18, respectively, coming into the game. Hawkeyes out-rebounded Fairfield 44-26, outscored them in the paint 30-14. And one area that Fairfield did take the lead was bench points. Bench production for Fairfield was good for 32 points, whereas Iowa had 16 points off the bench, most of those coming in the first half.
Well, Ava Hayden, taking a look at her career highs, 6 made free throws, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks.
Amazing.
Most she's had in her career.
I mean, amazing. And, you know, last year there were so many moments where she started to kind of get there and get some minutes, but you have to keep in mind Iowa was running a different offense at the time where they either were having Hannah Stolke or Addie O'Grady at the center. And so it was just really hard to find minutes for Ava Hayden last season. And so even though there were times where she showed glimpses of some greatness, it was just hard to get her all those minutes. And, man, between that and then her off-season work, she is just playing incredibly well, playing all Big Ten type basketball here in this early season.
6 out of 11 from the floor. You know, Coach Jensen will say, hey, come on now, we want 9 of 11 or 10 of 11.
Yeah, she's got
then
high.
You've got like 26, 28 points.
Yeah, exactly. And she has high expectations like that. But, she kind of says it with a smile on her face, but she means it. She expects basically that type of excellence ever since she got it out of Megan Gustafson. Now these other, later era Iowa posts, she expects to see that type of efficiency. And let's not forget Ava Hayden's in her, her 8th start of her career in a Hawkeye jersey.
And really didn't start playing a lot till postseason last year.
Exactly. I mean, I remember us doing that Big Ten tournament game where Ava was incredible, and it was kind of like, okay, here's maybe a taste of what we could see out of her as she gains more minutes and more experience. And yes, I mean, 6 for 11 with where she's shooting the ball from, I don't actually disagree. It probably could have been easily 8 for 11, maybe 9. And then, look at that. You get yourself a few more buckets. So nobody wants to make them more than she does. It's not like she's trying to miss layups. But, that'll be something that Jan will go over with her, as will her position coach Randy Henderson, and say, hey, look here, it's just little things, and all of a sudden you're looking at 30-point nights rather than 18.
But the good news is Iowa shoots almost 51% from the floor, 29 of 57. Really good from three-point range, which is great to see. 10 of 21. How about that efficiency? 47.6%. And then the free throw shooting did get close to 70%. 18 of 26. At one time, it was right around 60. So when you needed to make them in the fourth quarter, the Hawks did, and hopefully now take that momentum, carry it forward.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about confidence with free throws. It's something that every player on that roster is capable of doing. Heck, you and I are capable. I mean, that's about the only shot I'll go out there and take if there's an audience these days is a free throw. So
and
it's
a layup.
Yeah, you're right. Uncontested.
Of course.
Unless it's my dad, in which case I got his number. I can finish over him
You
still.
can? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah. Well,
he agrees with you.
We both know he won't, but he will not agree with me. But anyway, it's kind of one of those things, Rob, where you just build confidence in all these ways. These shooting percentages, I mean, it's like it's contagious. All of a sudden you're shooting at nearly 50% from three as a team. It's like, I want a three, you get a three, you get a three, and that's what it was like tonight, and it kind of needed to be against a Fairfield team who themselves was shooting threes all night, 39 attempts, and made 18 of them.
To me, when Kylie knocks down three-pointers, this is a different basketball team.
I agree with that. And, Kylie so often is kind of the unsung hero in a game. She's getting deflections. She's playing good defense, and none of that goes on the stat sheet. But tonight, you're right. When she's able to come down on the offensive end of the floor, it's electric for the rest of that team, both on and off the court.
Just getting started on the postgame show as the Hawkeyes push their record to 8-0 with a 86-72 victory over a good Fairfield team. Back with more after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Life's busy. Quick Start makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Start today.
In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hawkeyes now 8-0 on the season, and now we'll dip into conference play, as of course every Big Ten women's team will play 2 conference games in the month of December, and the Hawkeyes' first one will be next Saturday night from Piscataway, New Jersey, as it'll be Iowa and Rutgers. That is a 5 o'clock Central tip, so we'll be on the air with that contest starting at 4:30. And then it's off to Ames, Iowa State on the 10th. And then Lindenwood who is a very good mid-major team as well. That is a 2 o'clock start next week from Saturday on the 13th. And then Iowa and UConn, number 1 UConn from Brooklyn on the 20th of December. And then that second Big Ten contest before 2026 will be Penn State at 3 o'clock on the 28th of December. So plenty of basketball coming up as the calendar pushes to December starting tomorrow. But the Hawkeyes a perfect November at 8-0. Iowa State, as we check some scores, pulling away from Indiana. It is number 10 Iowa State 95, Indiana 80, with 3:53 left to go in the fourth. Auburn an early lead against Oregon 8-7. That just about 5 minutes into the game. Illinois a big lead over Lemoyne in the first quarter, 24-2. Rutgers, talked about Iowa's next opponent, 9-3 over St. Peter's early. And number 3 UCLA and Tennessee, that's a 3:30 start. Michigan State and Clemson at 5:30. And then some finals in the Big Ten. Central Michigan come from behind victory against Purdue. Central Michigan 57, Purdue 55. Penn State 82, Yale 64. And Ohio State put 130 on the board to defeat Niagara 130-32. Let's check out some of the top 25 matchups going on. A big tournament weekend, of course. Texas leads Pennsylvania 47-32 in the third. Number 23 Louisville 65, Bellarmine 16. As UConn all over Xavier 44-19 with 2:22 left to go in the second. Baylor a big lead over Grambling 16-2 in the first. And Florida State and Oklahoma later on today. And that will kind of wrap up what's happening in women's college basketball this afternoon as we continue to wrap up Iowa's victory at 86-72. Assistant coach Lysandra Barrett joins me post-game. And, you kind of felt going in that this was going to be a tough one. You certainly knew how good Fairfield has been, is, and can knock down some threes, and they did. But, let's start defensively. How'd you feel the Hawks did in that aspect of the game?
Well, I think the first quarter defensively we had to reel it back in because we went completely away from the game plan.
That's never good, right?
Right. And, I think they came in and a lot of credit to Fairfield. They have a really well-coached program. They play to their strengths, and we just gave them too many good looks. So, after that we readjusted, put a little pressure on the ball, tried to, force their 5-player who wasn't the shooter to just go one-on-one. And if you make them more into one-on-one players, we just felt like that was a better one-and-done shot, and then we can go. But all the movement, they're so good at moving the ball, passing the ball, and finding shooters.
Yeah, they do some interesting things in the half court. But, that second quarter really seemed to be big, and especially the way it finished, to have a nice 6-point lead at the half after you mentioned trailing after one.
Yeah, and even going in the half, we said the second quarter and then even the third, which was the lowest we held them. And then we had to adjust what we were doing. Going inside was key. We left a lot of layups and free throws out on the court, but going into it against a team that was shooting, I think the first quarter was insane. They were shooting 50-something percent.
Yeah, 6 of 11 from three in the first quarter.
Yeah, so it's so seeing that, we just had to readjust and then change up what we were doing offensively.
How about the balance, though, offensively? And this team, to me, really, if Kylie can knock down those threes, that just gives you a really added dimension, doesn't it?
And that was something it's been on her mind. I think she knows the pressure, and she put a lot of pressure on herself. But we always stay true to her because she's a vet. And she's so great defensively, and you just knew when she got the lid off that it could open up a lot. So imagine, having a McCabe and Kylie, you got to pick your poison with those two when she's shooting the ball like she's shooting it. But I thought she was very huge in this win today.
Talk about Ava Hayden too. What a box score line that is.
Yeah, Ava's just, Ava has been so consistent, and she shows up every day ready to work with no excuses. that kid's tired, I think, right now because she got beat up in Florida, and we return and just 2 solid games. But she's just full of consistency, and she's a double-double every night. She's tough, and even defensively, she had a lot of blocks. She clocked the paint. She was talking a lot. I think a lot of people focus on the shooters, but Ava was cleaning up everything else outside of that defensively. And she's been a bright spot for us, especially with Hannah going in foul trouble.
Yeah, 4 assists and 4 block shots, and you have 8 steals and 7 blocks, and 2 or 3 shot clock violations, a 5-second call. So the defense was there when you needed it.
Yeah, it was, and that was our focus. After that first, I think they woke up. I think they were kind of like in this winter wonderland, moving slow.
You got to wake them up, right?
Yeah, you got to wake them up. It's an early game, and that's one thing a team so young, but have some pieces that are veterans. That's a good thing to see. You see them growing up because, some young teams can't respond from being down, and not only did we respond, we were able to take over the game and the tempo and dictate our pace.
Sandra, too, you're down 3 players that have been a big part of this team, obviously, and others have stepped up and had to play extra minutes and have done the job, and that's not easy to do anytime, but especially early in the season.
Yeah. It's not. It shows you our depth. I think even early on, it was some names that you kind of saw in spot minutes here and there, and with Chad, Emily, and Tegan being down, the minutes we got from Journey Houston today were huge. Especially with Hannah in foul trouble. She's kind of solidifying herself at that 4th spot. Addie Deal came in really clutch off the bench. And so you add those 2 in the mix, and even when we bring back those injured players that are healthy, it's good for them to get some experience in there under their belt.
And you talk about Journey, too. In 20 minutes, 7 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and only 1 turnover plus a steal. Boy, she's been consistent when called upon, I think.
Yeah, Journey's a bright spot. Journey probably had the best summer out of every player, I would say, just collectively. Just with her being just an Iowa kid, but she has this hunger. She has a knack for the ball. Then the thing that a lot of people, don't really see, she's so versatile defensively. So we can do a lot of our defensive coverages with her at that 4. You can switch with her. She's able to get out and guard. So Journey's going to be have a bright future here at Iowa.
No doubt about it. And the fact, too, you've got a balanced attack. 4 players in double figures, 2 others with 9 and a 7, and nobody took more than 11 shots.
Yeah. Well, we like that. Coach Jay always talks about pretty basketball, not just sharing the ball. The 21 assists are amazing, with Shrim leading us with 7. She's kind of definitely stepped up in that PG role with Chad being out. But the balanced attack makes us hard to scout. I think a lot of people think our post game is, they were doubling, they were collapsing, and then that's when Kylie opened it up. T-Mac opens it up. That's what makes teams really hard to guard and hard to scout. And
Stremlo, it's just a knack for that basketball, right? A couple of those layups, balls tipped 2 or 3 times, and then she finds it and able to make the layup. Just good things seem to happen.
Yeah, she's one that she feels the game and she takes over. She loves the big moment, and players like her, you don't find too many of them that want that big moment. And like I said, wherever you could put her at the 1, the 2, or the 3. And I mean, she's going to show up and be strong.
Well, 8-0 in November. Can't do any better than that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to conference play and some more big games we got in December, but I thought we had a pretty solid November as far as competition and how we played.
And there'll be plenty of it next month, right?
Absolutely. We got some juggernauts coming next month. So.
You do. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so very much. Assistant coach Lysandra Barrett, her first year here with the Hawkeyes. Been around the game of basketball a long time and doing a great job for Iowa Hawkeye basketball at 8-0 for the month of November. And we'll get into conference play next Saturday at Rutgers. We'll be back with more on the postgame show. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, the Banks Student Living and Kirkwood Hotel. When visiting Eastern Iowa, stay at the hotel at Kirkwood Center. This AAA 4-diamond luxury hotel was voted Best Banquet Event Facility of 2025 by Corridor Business Journal readers. Located near the Eastern Iowa Airport in downtown Cedar Rapids. Book your stay today at kirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
86-72, the Hawkeyes move to 8-0, and Fairfield with losses to North Carolina and Iowa, now 4-2 on the season. Hawkeyes dominated the glass as well, 44-26, and of course leading the way. Another double-double for Ava Hayden, her 4th of the year with 18 points and 16 rebounds. But player of the game is Kylie Feuerbach, as in 32 minutes and 34 seconds, had to deal with some foul trouble, but stayed on the floor, knocked down 4 3-pointers in 7 attempts, and tied her career high with 17 points. And also had a couple of boards and an assist and a steal as well. And, of course, the defense was there and always does a great job. But the three-pointers really stood out. And let's head to the Iowa locker room. Catherine has Kylie Feuerbach.
Kylie, you tied your career high from 2020. It wasn't yesterday, 17 points. But what did it feel like to see your three ball going down like that today?
Yeah, it definitely felt good. There's a lot of extra work that goes in, so to see it finally fall means a lot. But when it's not falling, obviously we have so many other girls on the team that can hit them. So, but yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah, so many games we talk about how you impact it with your defense, your length, and all those things, and you are still doing that. So just talk about your role as kind of the defensive energizer bunny, and then your leadership role now being in your 6th year here at Iowa.
Yeah, defensively, that's always something that I can always rely on. It's all effort, so leading in that way. And then when it comes to just being a 6th year now, like, there's so many people that were before me that I looked up to, and I know how important that leadership is. So doing whatever I need to, whether that's leading vocally, just through my actions, whatever it is, for the younger girls, and just continuing to get the dub in whatever way.
And you guys are 8-0 now in this year. That has to feel pretty good. But what are the vibes like in the locker room? You know, you've got kind of a variety of pieces that are making a huge impact with such balance on this team. So what's it like kind of in that Hawkeye locker room?
It's been great. Our culture here, since I've been here, is always fantastic. I think that's a huge thing that, you know, great teams are able to hold is the culture. So everyone supports each other. We look for the open person. We're always supporting each other. So that's a huge thing to get through this season, and something that we always do.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Kylie. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Kylie Feuerbach with 17 points and ties her career high. Iowa State wrestling. It is Iowa State 17, Iowa 14. They're at 197 right now, the last match of the afternoon. Iowa State has not defeated the Hawkeyes since 2004. Final match just underway. Let's head back to the Iowa locker room, as it is now time for our post-game interview with Jan Jensen, presented by Oaknall. It is their mission to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near University of Iowa Healthcare, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, downtown Iowa City. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Coach Jay, it felt like an NCAA first or second round type atmosphere in that game today, and you saw Fairfield come out and shoot 46% from three, but you were able to withstand it. So what do you credit that to? And then you guys shot the ball just as well.
Well, that's what Fairfield does. They shoot threes. They're really good at their actions. This was a challenging game when we're at full strength. But when we didn't have Chat, who's arguably one of our best defenders, I was a little bit more concerned just because she's pretty quick at being able to switch on a screen or, make the read. But I was really proud of our resilience because it's no surprise that's what they do. We let them, the fourth quarter, I wanted to stay with Ava in there. I thought that was going to be a little harder. I didn't want to go all guards, and I thought her experience might have helped us there, but she kind of forgot. She had number 5 a couple times and dropped too far in the paint. But they went from they went all small ball on us at the end. So if I had that to do over, I might have put just another guard in there. But overall, I thought they really responded really, really well.
Well, you mentioned Megan Anderson, but both she and Katie Lamro were held below their averages, averaging 20 and 18 coming in. They went 13 and 12 today. So the defense has continued to be a shining spot for your team. Yeah, I feel really good about our defense. I didn't like it that end of the quarter, but we scored 30, they scored 27. But I mean, look what we did in that second and third quarters when we turned it, held them to 13 and 10. But in the fourth, they just got some easy looks because we were a little out of sorts. But overall, I think our defense has really, really been holding. And then your balance and your depth. You're missing 3 players today that normally do get some minutes, and yet you still have 4 people in double figures and then 2 more right behind them with 9. So, just talk about how key that's been for you early in this season. You're 8-0, and you've done it with a whole variety of lineups. Yeah, I think that balance of the scorebook is really, really important. And it's just fun to see that, I think that, Ava didn't have a best day, and she had 18 for points and 16 rebounds. But, 6 for 11, that's not, in my book, real acceptable. There was a couple, I think I remember at least 2 to 3 that should have gone in. So I have a high standard. But, she's great. I say that tongue in cheek, but typically, you added 2 more makes there, and that's pretty unbelievable. Hannah missed a couple that I don't think we should have missed, but if we stay efficient with that, that's going to be pretty tough. But I was really pumped to see Kylie Feuerbach have a day. She's been she's worked so hard, we just haven't seen that offense. But if she can give us that, maybe exactly that great a percentage, but man, if we can get close, I'll take it. Well, thanks for your time, Coach. Congrats on the win. Thank you, and thanks for the crowd who made it. Man, I know we lost probably a few people with all the snow, and it was that early start, but man, they were loud. You guys were awesome. I mean, there's no better fan base in the country. We love you guys. Thank you so much. God bless, and go Hawks.
Yeah, not an easy travel weekend for sure, but the Hawk fans showed up and were entertained. A good basketball game. Hawkeyes win it 86-72, close out a perfect November 8-0. We'll be back to wrap things up. Also, listen in on our Civco Precision Plays of the Game after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
Life moves fast. Quickstar keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a delicious bakery treat, or our take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. Because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. And while you're fueling up with Quickstar's fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. We're all about saving you time, money, and making your life easy. Quickstar's here for you whenever you need us.
Everyone knows the BBB is the Better Business Bureau, but depending on what you need, it's the Better Plumber Bureau, the Better Auto Mechanic Bureau, the Better Accountant Bureau. That's because the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better check that business out first so you don't get ripped off bureau. Be smart. Always look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
The holidays are coming. This year, elevate your dessert table and focus on the family by letting the Eat Shop do the baking. Bourbon pecan, pumpkin, Dutch apple, French silk, key lime, cranberry crumble, cherry. You can't go wrong. Fill your dessert table with gourmet handmade pies and treats that are worth every bite. Pre-order now at theeatshop.com or visit us in Solon, Uptown Marion, or at the University of Iowa campus cafes. Worth every bite.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hawks win at 86-72 as Fairfield came out in the first quarter, knocked down 6 of 11 from 3, led after one 22-17, but then the Hawkeyes won the second quarter 23-13 to take a 41-35 lead at the half, and then kind of a defensive battle in the third as the Hawks only gave up 10, scored 15, and then outpaced Fairfield at the end 30-27. No plays under review this afternoon, as all plays that are under review are brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy. You don't need a jersey to move with purpose or permission to take your healing seriously. At Athletico, recovery fuels what's possible. Move like you mean it. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's now time for today's Civco Precision Plays of the Game, as they are presented by Civco Medical Solutions. Precision matters most when your loved one is undergoing an invasive procedure. For over 40 years, Civco has been a trusted provider for image-guided procedures, counted on to deliver outstanding service and superior quality around the world. Civco Medical Solutions, making image-guided procedures safer. Let's join in on some of this afternoon's top plays. And the Hawkeyes start the basket to our right with the ball. Go to Stalky, back out to McCabe for three. There it is from the right wing. Fast break opportunity for the Hawkeyes. Feuerbach on the left wing. Drives the paint all the way in. Lays it up and in off the window. Front court, drops it. A behind the back pass for McCabe, who drills the three from the right wing. Hawks within 2 with the basketball. Here's McCabe on the left side. Drops it inside. Houston spins and lays it up and in off the front of the iron. Minutes. Terrific by Journey Houston. Ball possession for the Hawks. Here's McCabe. Gets it to Stremlo. Tees up a three and knocks it down right at the top of the key. Really good mid-major team. Off the inbounds play. Three. Count it from the left wing. Taylor McCabe in double figures with 10. Now Deal in between the circles. Frees up a mid-range jumper. Swish from 17. To end the half. Hit the paint. Dug up by Stremlo, who finds Stalky wide open. Layup good. Terrific patience by the Hawkeyes that time. Timeout, Stags. Angles right, now comes back left. One-handed pass to Houston. Puts it on the floor from the right wing. Now back to Feuerbach for three. Swish! Kylie Feuerbach knocks down another three-pointer. Brown with her defensively. Now top of the key to Hayden, coming off a screen is McCabe. Swish for Taylor McCabe. A top of the key three. 48. Hawks get it in. Here's Feuerbach, drives the paint, layup, no. Rebound, put back, yes, for Ava Hayden. Now in the corner, Feuerbach for three, count it! Kylie Feuerbach, no fear from three. Kylie was huge today as the Hawkeyes get a big non-conference victory at 86-72. And the Iowa Wrestlers lose one in Ames against Iowa State, as that is just gone final. So Iowa State wins that duel for the first time since 2004, but a long way to go for sure in wrestling as there is in basketball. We're just getting underway. But the Hawkeyes, Catherine, 8-0. You can't do any better in November. And the thing that'll stick out is they've been down a starter and down 2 reserves here the last couple of games. But other players have stepped up, and going to be very valuable experience going forward as the schedule is going to get tough in December.
It does. It doesn't get any easier, and that's why you have to enjoy every single one of these as they come. Wins aren't easy to come by in college basketball, and so 8-0 is something to be incredibly proud of, to finish the month of November that way. And then, yeah, you know what's on the horizon. It's Iowa State. It's the start of Big Ten play. It's Connecticut. It's all those things. But for today and for tomorrow, be happy about this win over Fairfield, as they're very likely to be an NCAA tournament quality team. And, to your point about the depth and the balance, it's, as we said, never ideal to lose people to injury for any period of time, but that's the silver lining, is others get experience. You see that with Addie Deal, Journey Houston, Layla Hayes to an extent, and they're doing great things early in this Hawkeye season.
Hawkeyes led for 28 minutes and 53 seconds, 10:06 for Fairfield after Fairfield led after one, 22-17. The Hawkeyes' big lead was 17 at the 9:02 mark of the fourth quarter. Fairfield had an 11-point lead with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the first. But the Hawks shot the ball well, out-rebounded Fairfield, and got 4 players in double figures, and 2 others with 9, and Journey Houston with 7. And Ava Hayden, well, have to be up for Big Ten Player of the Week again with her performances this week, and especially today with 18 and 16, another double-double for her. Our next game broadcast will be on Saturday night as the Hawkeyes open Big Ten play at Rutgers. That is a 5 o'clock tip Central Time on the 6th of December. We'll be on the air at 4:30. Don't forget Hawk Talk with Coach Jensen on Wednesday from 6 until 7. For Catherine Reynolds, I'm Rob Brooks. Thanks so much for listening this afternoon as the 11th-ranked Hawkeyes now 8-0 with an 86-72 victory over Fairfield. Enjoy the rest of your evening. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye basketball has been brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda, to see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Explore Minnesota. Discover the star of the North. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. And by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.